Excellent. Okay. Boom. The SilverKyle, the Team Beardage. I should have called it the Team Beardage live stream. Oh well. Well, it's for the 1,000 subscriber video, so it makes sense. But next time I should call it Team Beardage.
It works.
Yeah, for this one it'll work. All right, so it's been a while since we did a live stream. I don't even remember, early July or end of June, maybe.
It's been a while. Yeah.
Yeah, it has been a while.
Has there been any big gaming news since then? Not really. Like E3, like finished and then it kind of trailed off. Although I just want to talk about this because I just recently remembered. We're going to be talking about the Xbox One, but I want to talk about, and this is something I mentioned on my Facebook page, the limited editions that Europe gets, mainly for Nintendo consoles, is so not fair. Like we get. Like Mario Kart 8, for example, we just got like the regular game, but like in Europe they had like a thing with an extra box, kind of like the limited edition for Zelda that we got, that included like a little blue shell statue. Like we didn't get that, and now the Zelda Hyrule Warriors is getting another one where they get like Link's scarf.
I saw that.
It's so nice.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're getting this really nice limited edition, like with the extra big box, and it's Link's scarf because he's wearing a scarf in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mario Kart 8 had the blue shell statue. I'm sure there's others. I've seen others because I've like watched. I'm subscribed to FinGamer on YouTube, and he's from Finland, so he gets like all the special editions, and there's so many. Like even for the Wii, like we didn't get like Pandora's Tower had like a special limited edition. I think Xenoblade Chronicles got a special limited edition. We don't get that. We just get the regular game. We miss out on so many games that, like, I think Japan gets the most, and then it's like Europe gets a good portion of those games, and then they'll get nice limited editions. And then sometimes they're like, okay, well, it did well in Japan and did well in Europe, but not fully good enough for like North America, even though it's already translated. Like it took them so long to get out like Last Story, Pandora's Tower, Xenoblade Chronicles. Is there any games right now that are in Europe that we don't have? Fantasy Life, that's recently coming out on the 3DS, that was in Europe for like last year, I think. Possibly, or maybe it's just Japan. I can't remember.
I can't really think of any games.
Yeah,
but it's off the top of my head. I'm sure there's plenty.
Yeah.
But
I can't think of anything. Or we get them much later usually. Japan, it's understandable. I mean, that's a year or 2 years sometimes. Longer, which kind of sucks too. Because then there's a chance that they might not ever release them. More so RPGs, and that's what bothers me because I like RPGs.
yeah.
Oh, Callie, my God, shut up.
That collector's edition, man, too, from Europe. I would have imported that if the Wii U was not region locked.
Yeah, I would have as well. I was tempted, like, if it was cheaper, I would probably get it just to have it as a collector's piece. But
yeah,
like I'm gonna get the game, and then like it's double dipping.
I don't even want to pay $60 or $70.
Yeah,
for Hyrule Warriors on its own. Like, I'm interested, but not at that price. Yeah. Like, I've played Dynasty Warriors and stuff, and it's I know what it is. It's Dynasty Warriors with window dressing on it.
Yeah,
but I'll buy it, but it won't be at that price. That's for sure.
Same here.
I'm sure it would get cheap very quick.
Yeah, if the collector's edition.
Target.
Sorry.
Especially Target. Target's just like on a roll for like cheap games.
Yeah, I wish I lived in Canada or Target. U.S. Target sucks.
Well,
like
every other. Go ahead. Sorry.
I work at Target, so I'll just say that right now.
Yeah.
The U.S. Target I work at, our deal this week is you can get like any type of EA game, full retail $60, but you can get 30% off if you buy a $1 pre-order card. That's not a good deal to me. I'd rather get like $10 for like a bunch of games than 30% off one game.
The list of games was insane. Like there was, I'm trying to remember what else was there, and I was like, oh, I already have that. Like, so there was Dead Rising 3 that I already had. There was
Rise.
Yeah, Rise was there. Killzone Mercenary on the Vita was $10. There was a bunch of Vita games that were $10. And I was gonna get, I was kind of tempted, but I don't know why I didn't get those. The PS4 games were mostly, they weren't down to like they were like Infamous Second Son was down to 30, which is really good, but everything else is like $10. Grand Theft Auto 5 on Xbox 360 and PS3, that was $10. The Last of Us on PS3 was $10.
Nice.
Yeah, there was just a crazy ton of stuff.
Your Target seems to have just crazy deals, but they're never at mine. Like when you told me that the Xbox One controllers were like half price, like with the Target kit too. You're kidding. So I ran to this, like I went over to my Target, and they're like, "No, we're not doing that." And I'm just like, I was quite disappointed because I only have one controller for my Xbox right now. And, I found some deals other places. Like I got The Last of Us for $40 on PS4, which was at Target. But that was like a deal they were advertising, right? Like it was part of their flyer.
Yeah, it was like $15 off PS4 games or whatever. Yeah.
So, and I found a couple other games for cheap. I got Killzone Shadowfall for $20 at Future Shop, and Infamous for $40. So those were pretty good. 3 games for $100.
Infamous just came out like 2 months ago or something like that. So that's really awesome.
And they've got their DLC pack, like the large DLC pack for that, coming out I think this summer at some point. So they'll add a bunch more stuff.
I'll be tempted. Okay, I'm gonna try to like get my cat out of here. Just give me 1 second.
Wants to join the stream.
Shut up.
Wow.
Okay. She won't be bothering me. Does anybody have the link for the...
I was doing that at one point.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know why a Target in my area is just like amazing. I don't know if they have like just a crazy overstock, because if you think about it, I'm in a small town, and the Target that's nearest me is still pretty much a small town. So there might not be a lot of people that are going there to buy games necessarily. So they might just get an influx of a bunch of games. So they're like, let's just have like this sale to get rid of this extra stock that we have. It could be that.
Yeah,
awesome. Either way, it's awesome. Yeah. Whatever the reason is, I'm quite happy. Okay, so what's happening at Gamescom? I know that some big stuff happened at Gamescom. Big stuff happens at Gamescom, but is there any rumors at the moment of what might be happening?
I haven't heard rumors so much as I've heard just people predicting what they think is gonna have, like some of the stuff. Like IGN posts up, like the PS4 editors post up, PlayStation editors post up what they think Sony might unveil, and Xbox guys did the same thing with Xbox One.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that we lost somebody for a second.
Yeah. Is there a possibility of The Last Guardian?
If there is, nobody's talking about it.
Yeah.
I know there was a rumor that they're going to announce Rise for PC.
I think they did.
Oh, really?
Did they already?
I think it broke last night.
Oh, okay.
I thought I heard maybe that it might even come to PS4.
Oh, okay.
That's good on one hand for Sony players, but man, keep your exclusives. Well, Xbox One has already lost Plants vs. Zombies, which honestly I'm kind of happy that it's not an exclusive, because I think everybody should play that game, because I really love like PopCap. Is PopCap the ones that made that game? I know that they made the original Plants vs. Zombies, but
I think so. I think they made the second one.
Okay. Well, Garden Warfare, I meant.
I'm not actually sure.
I'll check it out.
I'm looking right now. Yep, PopCap.
It is PopCap? Cool.
Developed by PopCap, published by Eden.
Man, they made like Bejeweled, Bejeweled 2, Bejeweled 3, Peggle, Bookworm, little games, and then they're like, Zuma's Revenge. Like, they made all those kinds of games beforehand. And then they made Plants vs. Zombies, and it just, like, I don't know, took everybody by storm. And now they're doing like first-person shooters. They were doing like little puzzle games at the beginning. And they just slowly grown. That's why I really want to support them because of where they came from. And it's their success that's like allowing them to get bigger and bigger and bigger.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, Plants vs. Zombies was a lot of fun. Like the Garden Warfare one, I thought it was kind of a cool spin on, it was a shooter, but it doesn't take itself all that seriously at the same time, which I like, because there's nothing that drives me more nuts than running around in like a shooter and everybody's like super serious, and especially when you're in like team deathmatch and things like that, where it's like you got one person like me who's not very good, and running around dragging down your team totals, and you just get an earful from everybody else, right?
Yeah.
So
I'm kind of like that too. Like, but even to the point, like for the most part, I'm good at first-person shooters. Like, I'll be in the top people, but I hate any. Like, they're not gonna be complaining to me, but they're just like, so many people online are so annoying that I just, as soon as I get into a game, I mute everyone. If I'm not going to be, like, even if they're my teammates, I don't want to listen to them. You hear babies in the background and dogs and music blaring, and I'm just like, I don't want to listen to this crap. And then they'll say things, and they're just so obnoxious, and I'm like, ugh, it's so annoying. Even if it's not directed towards me,
That's why I prefer online co-op, and usually because I can pick and choose who I'm going to play with. I've had a lot of fun playing online co-op, particularly on the Xbox, because I seem to find that's where a lot of the online co-op games have been.
I agree with that. Yeah. Like when Halo Master Chief Collection comes out, also they've released a limited and collector's edition, and I have to go pre-order the collector's edition because that's just insane. It's going with like a giant statue. But anyway, you guys should really get that game. Really, 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 really. We can play all the games and just beat every campaign together.
I probably will.
How about this?
Me and my brother are already planning on getting it, so I probably will too.
Okay.
That and Destiny. I really want to get Destiny after playing the beta.
I have your download code for the beta, and I still haven't tried it out yet.
Come on. Oh, it's too late.
I know. Yeah, it is. Okay.
It was good, though. I'll say that, at least.
I think Master Chief should come out, and then, like, in November or whatever it is?
November 11th, 2014.
Like, to the day.
Midnight, I'm going to be there for the midnight lunch. I'm taking a few days of vacation when it comes out.
We won't hear from Kyle for like a couple of months.
If you have the game, you'll hear lots of me. But
everybody wonders if he's shut his channel down.
No activity for like a month until December 11th. Okay, I'll have like a giant beard.
Yeah. God. If I just wait a couple of months...
Oh my God, because it's possible. There's a possibility that this could happen.
Yeah. If I just wait a couple months after the game comes out, you can pick it up at Target for $10 for me.
Yes, yeah.
That's true.
Why don't I do that? Like, you live like a few hours away. The shipping wouldn't be all that much. I could do that for you. If ever there's something that you want and you can't find it near you, let me know because I could do that. I should have done that for the controller.
Shipping too?
If you pay for the shipping, I mean, it's up to you. I will do it.
How much is international shipping anyway? On average, I guess.
Between the States and Canada is not that bad.
Yeah, it's not horrible. Like, it wouldn't be that bad, I don't think. Depending on what the sale is. I mean, if it's a $10 game.
Oh, yeah.
And what I could do is I could also, like, get a bunch of games and kind of send them all at once. Like, if then you'd be saving a lot, right? Like, if I would send, like, the 6 games that I picked up, which was, like, if they would have been full price, it would have been $230 that I saved. So, I mean, that's really worth the shipping that it would be.
Use your Target Red card and save 5%?
I'm tempted to get that card because I'm at Target so often now, and it would be, like, the games would just be that much cheaper.
I have to preach that to everyone, so I know that at heart by now.
Yeah, I know. And I'm
like, the debit card, though. I really like it.
The debit card? They have a debit card?
Well, at least in America they do. I have one.
Do you get 5% off as well with the debit card?
Yeah.
Really?
It's only a matter of time here.
I guess
like
I'll
a debit card for everything.
stuff, but yeah.
I want one of the movie theater debit cards so I can start getting like Steam points or something just by buying shit I'm already buying.
Has anybody seen Guardians of the Galaxy?
No. I want to so freaking badly, though.
And I wanted to watch your review the other day too, and I'm just like, maybe I shouldn't click it just yet.
Okay,
I don't spoil anything. I try not to spoil anything. Once in a while, I spoil like one little thing. This one, I'm pretty sure that I didn't. Other than like what you've seen in the trailers, and kind of like what the story is. Like I reveal a few things that happen in Act 1, but like I really don't. I say that there's something awesome that happens at the introduction, and I don't say what it is. All I say is the beginning, the way that they did the beginning credits, where it's always they show the credits and there's nothing really going on. Mm-hmm. What they did for this movie should be what they do for every movie. It is so good, and it's just so entertaining while they do this. They can't really do it for every movie because...
How long is it? 2 hours?
Give or take, yeah.
Okay.
It goes by like this. Like it's just the only time it kind of slows down is like in every movie there's 3 acts, and in the second act, in the middle of the movie, it's stuff's happening, but it's not as entertaining as the first act and the third act. The third act is just like a huge battle. It's so awesome, and the humor though, it's like a comedy. It's you're laughing the entire time. This is the funniest.
I do like Chris Pratt.
Oh well,
he's hilarious.
He's hilarious, but Bradley Cooper as Rocket Raccoon is up there. And Batista as Drax. Drax is hilarious because he's so serious. And seriously, you're going to be laughing like the entire time. And Vin Diesel is Groot. It's so good. I can't praise this movie enough.
So, I've heard a lot of people say that it compares favorably to the Avengers. Yep. Do you agree? Okay.
I would say that this is my second favorite Marvel movie. The only one beating it is The Avengers. But in terms of comedy, Guardians of the Galaxy takes the cake. Guardians of the Galaxy is the funniest superhero movie that I've seen. It's one of the funniest comedies I've seen in the last 5 years. Like, honestly, I haven't laughed so much at a movie like this. Other than maybe Anchorman 2, but not everybody likes the Anchorman comedy. Mm-hmm. Whereas everybody will like Guardians of the Galaxy. Like, the humor there is just so well done. Because it's stuff that you really kind of... They take, like, movie cliches and something that you know would happen in a superhero movie. And then they'll just, like, awkwardly... Not awkwardly, but they'll just add in a joke everywhere. In every scene, there's some kind of joke. And it's really well done.
Cool.
Yeah. I pretty much... That's my review that I did on my channel, so you don't have to see the review now.
So, does this wrap up like the Phase 2 Marvel movies, or are there any left?
This is it until. Have you seen what they're coming out with after Avengers 2? They have everything until 2019 now.
Yeah, I've seen some of the roadmap, but there's a lot of movies like getting dropped in and around that like they're just like unannounced Marvel Universe movie. I'm just like...
Now they've given titles for every one of them. So,
really?
Yeah. So it's Age of Ultron is the next one, I'm pretty sure. And then after that, it's Ant-Man, which is too bad. I wish Ant-Man could have been part of the Avengers too, but Ant-Man's freaking awesome. If you watch I know it's Ant-Man, but like I watched the Avengers Assemble cartoon. Is it Avengers Assemble? No, Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes. Anyway, it's on Netflix. It's really, really good. And that made me like Ant-Man. Like, Hawkeye, I feel, is a character they could kill off or just get rid of and replace him better. He's very boring to me. Mm-hmm. But anyway, so Ant-Man's after that in 2015 as well, so next year. And then in 2016, they have Captain America 3, which is no longer competing with Batman versus Superman because Warner Brothers was like, fuck this, Captain America 3, oh god, it's Marvel. We have Ben Affleck and, as Batman.
Play Superman.
Yeah, so they're like, okay, let's just move that like 2 months ahead of time and let's not compete with Marvel. Screw that.
Is Iron Man 4 slotting in there?
No, Iron Man 4 did not show up, surprisingly. I don't know if they're still trying to make it happen.
I read something like maybe a week ago.
Yeah.
That it was likely to happen.
Robert Downey Jr. said like it can happen. It's just the money's got to be, or not the money, but like the negotiations have to go through. Because I'm figuring that Robert Downey Jr. can pretty much ask for $50 million for a movie and they'll give it to him. I think that because he got paid that for the Avengers, and I assume he got like quite a big chunk for Iron Man 3. So because for that role he could just kind of ask for whatever. So I think he wants to keep getting paid that same amount. But also the script is really good. I think that's what he really wants to at this point. So he says like it's inevitable. Like if they want to do it, I'm in for it as long as everything's up to par.
I'm not sure I've seen somebody own a role quite like him as Tony Stark. Like it's just perfect.
He's the reason why the Marvel Universe is doing so well. He's the reason why the Avengers exists. Like he brought Iron Man and turned it into like a main character. Like before, you'd always heard of like Spider-Man, Superman, Batman, X-Men. Like you've heard of all of those. You've heard of Hulk, but like Iron Man and Thor and Captain America were kind of the lower tier. No, they were mid-tier maybe. They were lower than the main ones. And then all of a sudden, like Iron Man became like the fan favorite of a bunch of people, and that's what happens with Guardians of the Galaxy 2. And I actually say that is that Marvel's really good because they're able to basically they can take anything right now. They could take one of the lowest villains that showed up in one page of a comic book somewhere in Marvel, and they could turn that into a movie. It will be successful. It will be a good movie, and that character will become famous. Everybody's going to know about Guardians of the Galaxy like in a few years from now. We're going to talk about them like they're X-Men type of thing. I'm almost 100% certain of that because of how good this movie and how well it's doing at the moment.
Yeah, Marvel is just they're really rolling right now. It's like everything they touch turns to gold.
Yeah,
pretty much. Yeah.
I wish DC would try to do the same thing and try to listen to the fans. It's like they're not listening to the fans at all, I find. They showed a picture of what Wonder Woman looks like in her new suit. The suit looks awesome. The actress that plays it has, like...
She was Xena. Okay.
Yes! Yes!
She looked exactly like Xena Warrior Princess. She did not
I always think that Lucy Flawless should be... Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
Even she's like 42 or something like that, but she still looks amazing right now. She still looks like she could pass her 30, and she would do a better job because I'm not saying I want like this gigantic, muscular bodybuilder, but I want to see like a little bit of muscle to her. A few actresses that I had thought of before. One of them was the girl that played in what's it called? Cannot remember what it's called. God damn. It's escaping me. Freak. There was like I had 3 good actresses, and one of them I thought would have been perfect, and I can't remember. Oh well, screw it. Anyway, or at least pick somebody that's going to bulk up, because anybody can bulk up. Like this actress that is playing her right now, she could have gotten a trainer, spent a few grand, and gotten prepared for this role. That's your job. Affleck did it. Like Affleck is normally not like a really muscular guy, but he's been going to the gym. At least I can respect that Affleck is trying to be what Batman should be. Like he's going to the gym. He's bulking up.
Yeah.
All the Marvel characters, they're gigantic. Like Captain America and Thor. I don't know what they do, but like man, they were like so small before, and then they just like they look the parts. And I wish that DC would.
I was saying, like you even mentioned with Guardians of the Galaxy, like I said, I really like Chris Pratt. Boss, I don't know how much weight and just gained so much muscle. I don't know what they did with him, but he's jacked now.
It's the Marvel diet. Apparently, they've created this diet that like all the Marvel heroes that want to bulk up, this is like what they apparently do. Apparently, it's just like crazy amount of chicken that they eat.
I want that diet.
Yeah. Well, they apparently eat a lot, but they're just working out all the time, and I don't know. It's working because every actor that they want to get huge, they do it. So
yeah.
But I just find that DC should not be going for Batman versus Superman. I think that they should kind of have gone the Marvel route and gone with the standalone Superman, standalone Batman, maybe a standalone Wonder Woman, Flash, and Green Lantern.
Yep.
At the end of every movie, have something like they did with Marvel, where they included another character, so everybody was getting that much more excited. And oh my God, they're going to start blending. Right now, they're just throwing everybody into this movie together, and we have it's cool that Justice League is happening. But we have no anticipation. This is just like, boom, this is it. We're not like, oh my God, we've seen this person as Superman before, and he's going to be joining up with this Batman that we've seen before. It's I don't know. It's just everything's going.
Are you taking this from the TV shows?
Pardon me.
I mean, like Flash and like Arrow and.
No, they're not related.
You guys get that? Okay. That's completely unrelated then. Okay.
Yeah, so that's kind of on its own type of thing.
Yeah.
That's something that they could have done. I don't know if it would work as well, but at least it's something that people have seen before, and they're not trying. I don't know. They're going about in a way that I really don't like. It's just I don't know. And
I am quite interested by the Gotham TV series that they're coming out on Fox in the fall.
Mm-hmm.
I do kind of like it because it's kind of like everybody knows the Batman origin story.
Yeah.
But this is kind of like a Commissioner Gordon origin story plus all of the villains of the show. Which is kind of in a lot of ways a lot more interesting. So.
I have to say, though, DC, like you said, is doing a good job with TV because they have Arrow, the new Flash is coming out, and Gotham.
Mm-hmm.
I think that they're doing a really good job with the TV programming because that's working for TV. They're going in a different route than they're making it a little bit more real, a little more gritty, and that's cool. And they're able to go in different directions. But I wish that they focused a little bit more with the movie. Although I don't know if you guys have seen, but there was they showed a small teaser at Comic-Con, and it went around on the internet. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but it's like Superman. Nope. Okay. Basically, all it is Batman walks by the bat light, the bat signal, bat light. Oh my God, the bat signal, and Superman shows up and he's flying, and then Superman's eyes glow red. And then they look at Batman, and his eyes glow white because he's wearing this suit of armor. And I was like, that's pretty cool because that's if you look at the comic books, Batman always has white eyes, but you can't really do that. But because he's in a metal robotic suit, he does have that. And I was like, that's pretty cool. It feels a little bit more like an actual comic book in a way, but still done in realistic terms. So I'm a little bit more excited because of that, and I do think that the Batman costume looks pretty cool. I've read a few interviews about where they're going with the story. I just don't know if the actors that they picked can make this work. I don't know.
That's the big question, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. Yeah, I do agree, though, that I think they've done pretty. I haven't watched a lot of Arrow, but what I have watched I thought was pretty good. Gotham seems quite interesting to me. Marvel's really only got the one show right now. I know they've got that Agent Carter one starting, I think, this fall as well. And I really know pretty much nothing about that other than that I believe she's Captain America's love interest or something.
I'm not following it either, so I don't know.
From the Captain America movies, or the first one. I think that's her. I don't recall for sure, but I think that's the same woman.
In the Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. one?
No, Agent Carter. It's a different show. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is awesome, though, by the way. It starts slow, but it gets good. I'm looking forward to season 2.
All right. Well, they apparently have 5 shows in the works, though. They have a Daredevil show coming out. They have... Are
you sure we want to go down that road?
How about that Affleck?
They won't be using Affleck, yeah. But see, that's why I don't understand why they picked Affleck in the first place. He was Daredevil. People are gonna think of that. All the people thought of it as soon as he was cast.
I mean, even with Captain America, I would say even with Captain America, when I first saw Captain America, I thought of when he was doing the Fantastic Four movies.
Yeah. But at least
now I just know it was Captain America. But
But at least Chris Evans did a pretty good job as Torch, whereas everybody shit on Affleck for, and not really that many people like Affleck. He's not this big star that everybody likes. A lot of people dislike him. He's done a good job of, I guess, creating a better image for himself in the last few years. But there was a while there where everybody just kind of hated him. He was turning into like almost like a Michael Bay action star, and like he would always pick these action movies and they wouldn't really do very well. And it's like, oh, it's just Affleck. I'm imagining this in my mind, and I know there's going to be a scene with Affleck doing this specific Affleck thing that he always does, and he's just going to be standing there watching with his hands behind his back and like trying to be all sensitive and be like, I have to do this for Gotham. And just like, but not looking at the camera. So he's going to be looking off into the distance or like, I have to do this for Gotham, Alfred. I have to do, like, it's going to be, I imagine it, and if it happens in the movie, I
kind of, this probably is not a very good comparison at all, but I kind of at times see like Ben Affleck. I sort of see him in like the character Castiel on Supernatural, where he's just like he's completely like in his own world.
Yes, and there's no emotion really. Like it takes him a while to think sometimes.
Yeah.
But it works for Castiel because that's like its character. Whereas Affleck is like trying to be like these other human beings. Castiel's an angel. Like, what do you expect?
Yeah, he has no real concept of our emotions and crap like that.
And yet they're giving Affleck Batman, who's supposed to be like this genius billionaire who, you know.
I can see him pulling off Bruce Wayne. I'm a little skeptical on Batman.
The picture that they showed, Affleck has this thing where, like, once again, remember I was saying he's going to do the thing where he's not looking at the camera and he's kind of just going to be like looking off into the distance. It's a sad Affleck. He's trying to pull off sad Affleck. He's trying to make you feel sad for him. Like, this is a big moment, but he is like, okay, this is an epic scene. You have to be like real serious. So he does sad Affleck, and in the picture, he's like this. The only picture that they've released of him, he's just, and it's, I don't know, it's show emotion, man.
Is he squinting? Because that would be funny.
I
No,
don't think you can even see his eyes.
No, you can't really see his eyes. It's just the shape of his mouth. I'm like, he's doing the freaking sad Affleck face. Like this, I'm so epic, and this is such an epic scene. It's just, I don't know. He reminds me of a Michael Bay actor. Like Michael Bay has a directional style, and then Affleck has somehow put that into acting when it's become when he has to be serious.
Derek Zoolander. It's got one look.
Yes, and he's doing it all the time. He calls it different things, but it's the same damn emotional state that he does.
Blue Steel.
I'd love to see Ben Affleck do Blue Steel. He wouldn't be able to. He'd be like, "Oh, I gotta do this," but he'd be, and his chin would protrude.
Yeah.
That felt good to get off my chest. Thank you, guys. I think that was the reason that we did this live stream. So you guys could just hear me vent.
This is no longer a live stream, it's group therapy.
I'm here on doctor's orders. But speaking of just Michael Bay, Jake has asked, have you guys seen the new TMNT yet? And he said that he thought it was surprisingly good. I've heard mixed reviews. I haven't seen it myself yet, and I'm tempted to go see it in theaters or wait, but I just really don't like giving money to Michael Bay. I was gonna go see Transformers 4, and I was gonna do like this big thing where I was gonna review Transformers 1, 2, and 3 on my channel in preparation of watching Transformers 4, and I knew that Transformers 4 was gonna be amazing. I haven't seen it yet, so I can't really say anything, but I've heard that it's yeah. Wahlberg, I think, would have brought it up, and I've heard that like the best thing about it is Wahlberg. But I heard Michael Bay say, yeah, I don't care that people hate on my movies. I don't care that people say that I'm a shit director, that I'm a shit writer, that my movies suck. I don't care about that because they're gonna go see the movie anyway. I'm like, well, that angers me so much. So I was like, what? Yes. So I'm like, fuck you then. You say that I'm gonna hate on your movies. You don't care. I'm not gonna watch it then. I'm not gonna give you money. That's what he's saying. He's like, I don't care. I'm making millions of dollars here. It doesn't matter to me. He is, and that's what's sad. Right. So that's why I'm like, I'm not gonna go see the movie then. Fuck that. I'm not gonna go see it. So, and that's why I don't really want to go see TMNT because he didn't direct it, but apparently there's a lot of scenes that like there's a lot of Michael Bay influences there, but then they also took it in a way that it's made for kids. So
you can kind of tell by the trailer it's a Michael Bay. Like just seeing like when they're going down the mountain and the buildings in New York are blowing up, you can tell it's a Michael Bay movie.
Yeah, exactly. Or like he produced it, so he has he's dipping his hands into the cookie jar. But apparently people say that it's like for kids they're gonna enjoy it, which Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles should be for that. I mean, it should be for the kids. I don't know if kids can really say that like they enjoy Transformers like the second one. I mean, that's. I mean, even a kid can be like, "Where is this movie going?" Other than the explosions, you can only see so many explosions for so long, and before it starts to wear thin. Even as a kid, you're gonna be like, "I've seen this a few times. Show me something else." I don't know.
Michael Bay's actually got his hands in television these days too, eh? He's got a show on the Stars Network, or it just wrapped up its first season a little while ago. It's called Black Sails. Actually, it's really good.
Really? It's good?
Really?
Does it seem like a Michael Bay show?
He's executive producer, so I'm not sure how hands-on he was.
But like when you're watching it, does it feel like there's like these big dramatic moments like...
Oh yeah, there's definitely some dramatic moments, but I wouldn't say it's a pirate show, so there's not a ton of explosions or anything.
That's good. But does it seem like every time, like, I don't know, something like, what are we going to do? We're going to, then it's like a big scene, and it'll be like, I've got it. We're going to hack the internet. What internet? We're going to hack all of the internets. And it's like, oh my god, that's such a genius idea. Let's get this hot blonde hacking the internet.
Did they have the internet on pirate ships?
No, but you know what I mean. Michael Bay would somehow plant it in there.
They might have 3G or 4G or something like that. You never know.
Yeah. No, it's very uncharacteristic actually for when you compare it against his movies. But
okay.
The show is very good. I really enjoyed the first season. It's only like 6 episodes. It's pretty short. I'm hoping the second season will be longer.
I was to say usually first seasons are only like maybe like 6 max to 10 episodes. They're usually not that many for first seasons anyway.
Yeah, it seems to be going that way.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that person was 23.
Walking Dead and Da Vinci's Demons and stuff were the same way. Breaking Bad, same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. 7 episodes. Random 7 episodes.
Yep.
Okay, well, but see, he's producing that, so he's like, he probably saw this is a good idea. I like this. I'll produce
my name on it.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, well, I'm not as bad as you guys all say. Look at this, dude. You put money forward. Congrats. I hate producers. I hate that producers get a title and that we should know them. No, we should know the writers. We rarely ever know the writers. You see, directed by. Yes, that makes sense. The person actually did, the directing. And produced by. If you put the money up front, sometimes they actually had a hand, but usually the producers, not all the time, but they have a bad hand in it. Like Michael Bay, freak, he's going to destroy anything he touches. The original script for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles was horrible, and that was Michael Bay all over it. They were going to call it Ninja Turtles.
Ninja Turtles. Just
Ninja Turtles. They weren't going to be teenagers, and they were going to be aliens. Like, man.
Awesome.
They probably weren't going to like pizza. They were probably going to like, energy drinks or something stupid like that.
So that way they could put some product placement.
Yes, yeah. Apparently there's a lot of product placement in this. Like Subway. Or is that another movie I'm thinking of? Maybe that's another movie. I don't remember. There's a movie that apparently there's like a bunch of Subway, and they have Jared actually in the movie.
It is crazy how you do end up hearing, a lot about executive producers and stuff, and not the directors and things too, because it's like J.J. Abrams is probably one of the worst when it comes to that. Like you hear from executive producer J.J. Abrams, and then it's like nothing else matters from that point. But he's got a lot of really good shows that he's got his name on, or movies. Yeah,
so that way. Like when I see J.J. Abrams, I think, okay, well that's it's his preference. So I go, well, that he likes weird, like Cloverfield, Godzilla type lost stuff. So he has this style or not style, but he has this genre of movies that he likes, or genres.
Science fiction-y sort of genre.
So when I see J.J. Abrams, I think, oh, okay, I trust this person. So I think that's the reason why they do that. Is like Michael Bay, he's made millions of dollars, so they're gonna care that he's there. But it's that I see that and I'm like, oh god, this could have been good, but now I have no faith in it anymore.
I'll get it when it comes out on DVD. I'll get it as a rental.
Yeah, Redbox, type of thing. No, I'm gonna wait until like it goes in hawk shops. That way, I don't even give them rental money. So like somebody else gets money. I'm going to like. I hate Michael Bay now. Because of that comment. Because of that one comment. I was fine with hating on his movies and just saying he's a piece of shit. But now he's like, well, I don't care that you say this. I'm so glad. I don't know if you guys have heard, but he was supposed to be helping with this one project about TVs. He was going to go on this in front of a crowd and talk about this new TV, and he was going to be there because he said, I really like to have action movies, and this TV does a really good job for it. What happened is the teleprompter stopped working, so he didn't have his lines, and he stayed there. He tried to like keep going from what he remembered. He went for 30 seconds. And it's like those 30 seconds are so cringeworthy because it's like all he needs to say is like, this is a really good TV. Even if he couldn't remember his exact lines, he could have just said like, this is a really good TV. It does a good job with like, this is the reason why I came into filmmaking. Like I'm just off the top of my head. This is the reason why I came into filmmaking is to bring the movies to the audience, to give them an experience, and this TV does this. That's all he needed to say. But he's like, I can't. He just walks off.
Yeah.
Now step back and watch me blow it up.
Yeah. Well, like he couldn't even just improvise. He was not able to do that. He just, and I was like, yes, take that, you piece of shit. God, I hate Michael Bay.
Karma.
His ego is like so high up there, and then he has like this most embarrassing moment that he probably wanted to crawl into a corner and die. I'm glad he. And I saw it on his face. He's just like, and he just walks off. He doesn't even say like, I'm sorry. I don't think he says I'm sorry. He just.
I think he just says like, excuse me, if that.
Yeah. He in mid sentence, just like, this isn't working. Excuse me, and he just walks.
Fuck it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he really. Like, he seemed, like, so embarrassed and, like, distraught, and it was a great day in my life. Okay, enough about me ranting.
But I was just going to ask you about person of interest.
Oh, but then that's a positive thing.
Okay.
Are you going to ask me about Root?
Hmm?
Are you going to ask me about Root? Is that what you're trying to get at, to get me to rant some more?
Are you finished season 2?
Yes, I'm done season 2. So the machine is. I don't want to say anything, but yeah.
It's still being a badass. I don't know specifically. I was going to ask you any particular questions. I guess I was just curious what you're thinking.
I don't like Root, but I like a lot of the other aspects. I kind of like. What Root is, I like that there's another aspect out there that is Root, but I just hate her. Like, I just hate her face, and I was so happy when she was kind of so sad at the end of season 2. I won't say why, but she was expecting this a big thing, and she was so let down, and I was like, yes!
I really like Amy Acker. I think she's awesome.
Say that again, sorry?
I actually really like Amy Acker. I think she's pretty awesome. Like her character, like Root. Actress Amy Acker.
Oh, the actress. I don't mind the actress. It's nothing against the actress.
She plays her role really well.
Yeah, she's just making me really. But it's a kind of hate where it's. I hate the people that are like the government. I hate those guys, but I like hating them. So that makes me enjoy the show because I'm like, okay, well, I really hate this one character, like the one assassin that keeps trying to kill him. I'm like, Grr! It was so rewarding when they fought. And he like stuck something in him, and he's just like there hanging out. I was like, yes. But I found that in the last few episodes, they really weren't focusing on Reese, and I was like, oh, like Harold's awesome, and I think I like Harold more than I like Reese, just by a smidge. But only when Harold is a secondary character. I still want Reese as the main character because Harold just works off of him so well. I also like the bears there. I love that dog. I think he was just an awesome introduction. And then I think I like that they're kind of slowly accumulating like a little team. Like they were starting off with 2, and then they slowly accumulated more and more. Even the dog is included because Harold can't really do anything. I was like, I wonder why they included that. And my girlfriend's like, well, so Harold can go off and do things because he can't do anything on his own because he's kind of useless, like in terms of like physical confrontations. Yeah, and he doesn't like guns and stuff.
Yeah,
but
it doesn't work out well for somebody who's cuddling. So.
Yeah, but because he has the dog, like he can go and he likes the dog. It's just, that show is really good.
It's funny how they kind of bring the relationship between him and the dog along because he like hates the dog right at the start. He wants nothing to do with him.
Yeah.
The third season changes things up like even more. You just wait till you watch. I think it comes out on September 2nd.
September, yeah. We have it on pre-order.
Nice.
We need to have it.
I have the Blacklist Blu-ray on pre-order. That comes out in 2 days.
I haven't seen Blacklist yet. So
good. James Spader.
Yeah. Did you know that he's going to be the voice of Ultron in Avengers 2?
That's a great choice. Villain.
Yeah. Well, I guess he's not really. It's just his voice, but still.
Mm-hmm.
Which is awesome.
James Spader's awesome. Like, I really enjoyed the first season of The Blacklist. I'm quite curious to see where things go from here. Some of the things, I don't want to say anything in case you watch it, so I'll just leave it alone.
I will, because that is something I've been looking at, like, and it looks like a show that I would enjoy. So.
Yeah, it was actually reasonably inexpensive too. It was $44 for the Blu-ray set. On Amazon.
Like when it first came out?
It comes out in 2 days.
Oh, okay. So and it's $44. That's pretty good for like at the beginning. Like obviously they start going down afterwards, but $44 at the starting. That's pretty good.
It was a full-length season too, like 22 episodes.
Yeah.
So it was quite good.
You're tempting me here, Kevin.
Yeah. Season 3 of Person of Interest is great though. You're gonna love it.
The only thing. Jason, you got to start watching Person of Interest.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I was sure you would end this discussion.
I know, that's why I feel bad. Like.
Yeah, we should move on soon, but.
We'll go on to like Xbox One and Watch Dogs in a second. But Kevin, I just got to ask. Once in a while, do you find that Person of Interest is a little bit not cheesy, but sometimes like I find that.
Nah, your wording there is.
It's kind of, but it's not a good kind of like. Sometimes there's good kind of cheese, and I can accept it. But sometimes it's kind of like I wish he was a little bit more badass and killed people instead of shooting them in the legs. Unless it's like a good if he's shooting a cop in the leg, I'm fine with that. But sometimes there's assassins and he just shoots them in the leg anyway. And I find that there's a few times where he kind of just by luck this person was there or this was there, and it's not really realistic sometimes.
Yeah, I kind of write that off a little bit just as I don't know. I've just kind of always and I do too. Because
I kind of but I wish that they like there's ways to go around that. They like I watched another show like Dexter, and he's kind of like in the same situation where he's killing people and stuff like that, and he doesn't really have moments that are unrealistic in the show. Like,
I wonder sometimes if maybe it comes down to budget, and they do things in a certain way because it's easy to produce.
To an extent, but I think a writer would be able to think of something else to get them out of certain situations. You just use. I'm trying to think of an example, and I can't right now. But I've seen it so many times where I see in an episode, I'm like, to get out of that situation, they just make it a little bit too easy to get out of the situation, and I wish that they can still make it easy because this guy Reese is like the crazy assassin that worked for the CIA. Like he's up there, he has skills. So I wish that they would kind of use that a little bit more sometimes instead of just by chance this kind of worked out for them.
I think you'll, again, without saying anything, I think you'll like some of the aspects of the third season then. in particular.
Okay.
I don't know specifically on an episode by episode basis if there's much less kneecap shooting. There's definitely a lot of it.
Yeah.
It's kind of his thing, right? It's his signature. He walks in a room and blows out all the kneecaps.
I know, but like sometimes like I would prefer him to shoot. Like instead of like killing people, he kills people sometimes, but then sometimes he doesn't.
Well, Harold doesn't like him killing people.
Is that okay? That kind of makes sense, but then sometimes he just doesn't care and he shoots them anyway. But there's no.
They piss him off.
Sometimes they don't piss him off. It depends on the situation. Like one episode he will kill people, and then later on in the episode, instead of shooting them in the chest, he'll just shoot them in the kneecap. Usually he kills people like in the chest, like he actually kills them when they're about to kill somebody else. Like all of a sudden Reese is there. That I'm okay with. You know, Reese showing up at the last second, that is acceptable because that's what he's supposed to do. That's kind of like the show, and like it's possible because they have like access to all the videos, so Harold always tells him where to go. Plus, he's from the CIA, so he has his own. You know, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
And I like that he kills people most of the time then instead of shooting him in the legs. When they're all pointing guns at you and he shoots them in the leg, I'm like, man, I wouldn't risk that. If I get shot in the leg, I might still keep shooting. Most chances are.
I love even in like the pilot episode when he's like collecting the guns and he like walks into the room and all the guys are standing around the table with the guns. He's like, I'm gonna be taking these, and he just fucking like shoots everybody in the knees.
Yeah, but
except for the one guy.
Yeah, but that I almost accepted because they didn't have guns in their hands. Other times it's when they're aiming at him and he just walks in the room, shoots them in the leg. I can get that he's a faster draw than they are, and that he has perfect aim and accuracy because he does. But he should be aiming at the chest and the head, because if he shoots them in the leg, that's just going to hurt and put them to the ground. But they still have the gun in their hand. They potentially could kill him, especially when he goes up against like 3 or 4 people at once. So that's my only little complaint. Like, I love the show, and I'm not going to stop watching it because of that. It's just I wish that they would try to. It's lazy writing to an extent sometimes, where it's just more so not so much the kneecap thing, but like getting them out of situations that are just too easy and.
Yeah. Sometimes things do fall into place a little bit for them. In this, like a little too much on occasion.
Yeah. Like keep going.
No. I just think the third season does
kind
help a little bit in some ways. So
good.
Yeah. So Xbox.
I love it. Jason, you can talk about the Xbox.
Oh my god, I can talk.
You really got to start watching it, though. Remember when we used to give each other assignments? Kevin, you haven't played Bravely Default yet, I don't think.
I bought it.
That's part of the step.
Count?
No, I don't think so. What was the assignments that we had, Jason? We had completed them.
Crap, I forgot.
But we had both completed them. Mine was, I think, watching Person of Interest, and Jason, you had some.
Legend of Dragoon.
What? Yeah, starting Legend of Dragoon.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, man. We're holding up the end of our deals.
Sort of.
Well, I watched Person of Interest. I'm all caught up on Blu-ray right
now.
No,
you're doing really well. I'm not doing very well at all.
Yeah, no.
Of me.
That's you should start the game at least.
Yeah, I should.
Do it.
Jason, where is Bravely? Okay.
Sorry.
Go ahead. I'll remember.
You assigned me movies as well, actually. You told me that I had to watch the original Captain America because I hadn't seen it.
Yeah.
And the plain one, no, Captain Phillips, and I did watch that.
Okay. All right. Okay.
So I have done a little bit.
Did we talk about Captain Phillips before?
I think so.
I think we did.
Okay. All right. That's old news. Let's keep moving. Okay. Jason, where would you rank Bravely Default in your top games of the year so far? Is it up there?
Oh, at least number 2.
And you put in like how many hours into that game again? You went above and beyond. It's a big game. You don't have to put in as many hours
like
as Jason.
120, I think.
But yeah, see, like that's commitment, and that just shows you how. Yes, but it also shows that a game is that good that you can play for that long.
Yeah.
I really think you'll enjoy it, Kevin. I mean, Jason and I have both beaten it. He's put in about double the amount of hours that I have, but
I'm a game buyer, not so much a player. It seems these days.
Yeah,
I buy games and let them collect dust.
Kyle, you said you played Final Fantasy X, right? You played the
Yes.
beta? I think I saw a video of that.
Yeah.
Have you seen that? I started playing it. I'm at the end finally, at least for the first one. That's what I was actually doing right before I hopped onto the stream. That's why you're hearing in the background. But yeah, I finally got to the end of that.
Love that game.
Damn, it's annoying and it's so goddamn linear.
Yeah, I'm only about 10 hours into it, so you're further than I am now. So I
thought you beat it.
Nope, not Final Fantasy X. What have I beaten recently?
I'm way ahead.
Yeah,
When I shorted, I thought it was going to be that. At least hour-wise.
Yeah, it's relative. I've heard that it's relatively short, but I've been playing a bunch of games. What happened is what I normally do is I have a few games that I'm playing, and I'm always trying to beat them. But then sometimes I'm like, I don't feel like playing that game, so now I just play whatever game I feel like playing. It gets me to play more games, but it doesn't it makes that I'm beating games a lot at a slower pace. It's kind of weird. Like the games that I'm beating more games, but it takes me longer to do it, and I'm playing more, but because of it's across a bunch of different games. Like last month, I just decided I want to play Skyrim, one of my favorite games of all time. So I started playing it. And then I decided I want to start playing Final Fantasy IX, so I started playing that. And then I decided I wanted to start playing Legend of Dragoon, so I started playing that. So now I'm playing 3 of my favorite games of all time. And then I got the Xbox One, and it was just like, trying to decide between all your favorite games plus a new system. It means that I'm playing
You gotta get everything done by at least October. By October, it'll probably all be poor during that month.
Oh, God. I'm actually, what I'm doing, because Target keeps having deals, is I'm only getting collector's editions this fall season.
I actually just pre-ordered the Destiny one. They just put it back on Amazon.
There you go. So
now it's down again, but at least I got one before it went down.
Mm-hmm. Destiny I will pick up, but I'm probably going to get it when it's on the cheap. Well, almost every game I'm just going to get much later on because the game
so good.
Destiny? What's it like?
It's,
just to give me an idea.
Just imagine a Halo environment with kind of like Borderlands.
Okay. I've never played Borderlands, but okay.
Kind of like an MMO, but not really.
What are the MMO parts then?
The only stuff I really noticed is seeing the beta. It didn't do too much, but there's one area in the beta that you get to explore. It's like you explore Earth. But you go to the mission and then you walk around and you just see a bunch of players just roaming around helping you out just randomly. And sometimes when you do missions, you can also do missions co-op, kind of like we can do in Halo.
Okay.
And then you also have the ability to free roam at one point. So you might have this little scooter that's kind of like those little freaking scooters, kind of like at the Star Wars Episode 6 they use when they're in the forest.
Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about.
You get something like that, and then you start using something like that. It's awesome. But it's hard to explain. I did like it though.
Okay, I kind of see what you mean, but okay. There was a time when it was first announced that I was like, oh, this kind of looks interesting. Then after I saw a few gameplay footage, I was like, I started going down, and I just didn't care as much. And now I'm a little bit more because I actually watched somebody play the game, and it looks like it's fun online.
I would say the only thing I am concerned with is they have a Crucible, which is pretty much just Halo Team Deathmatch. Mm-hmm. In the mode, though, you're still set on your levels, kind of like in Borderlands. When you play Borderlands, you have levels and your weapon level and stuff like that. So if you play multiplayer, some players might be shorter than others. That does concern me, though.
That's something that I really dislike about modern games now is Call of Duty, Titanfall, anything that there's leveling. I don't like leveling that you get better weapons, that you get better. That just makes you've been playing the game longer, so you have the experience. Plus, you have the better weapons and better armor or whatever. I don't like that. I like have a map, have everybody be equal. That's why I really like Halo. There's a level system, but it's only it just pairs you up with people that are at your experience. That's all it does. It doesn't give you any additional things really. Like on the map, anybody can have a rocket launcher. Anybody can have a sword in Halo. So I kind of like that in first-person shooters. I don't know if I'm the only one that kind of. It's just more fair. And that sounds.
No, I agree because I absolutely loved at least Halo 3. That was the first one I played, and I played the hell out of that multiplayer.
Kevin, were you saying okay? So Jason, you're getting it no matter what. Okay, do you think you're getting it day one?
Yes.
Okay. Most chances are okay.
Yeah.
Kevin, what do we have to do to entice you to get this game?
I don't know.
Because you were going to say something. I think when we were talking about it, you were going to say I think you were going to like offer like a deal or something like that.
I don't know. I got a beta code and I gave it away.
For Halo?
Oh, for Halo.
Yes.
Sorry, I thought we were still talking about Destiny.
Oh, I thought we were too.
Anybody else like?
What was that guy?
I
think he froze.
Oh.
What was that?
We're flying solo here. Actually, if he freezes, do we all freeze?
Hello?
In terms of the live stream?
Oh, hold on. Yeah, I was lagging the entire time. Sorry.
Okay.
I didn't hear anything you said.
I thought we were still talking about Destiny, so I was like, I'm not sure there's anything you can do to get me to buy it. I said
No, Halo.
At some point I will pick it up, just because honestly, 4 games in one package seems like a pretty good deal, and it's got online co-op, so I can just play specifically with people I want to play with instead of doing other crap.
You could play. We could just have like a marathon where we have like a Halo day and just like 3 of us just play the game. Seriously, I want to do that.
Just live stream it too. If we wanted to.
Yes.
Just let everyone watch.
That's true.
That would be pretty cool. That'd be pretty awesome.
Yeah.
But I had been joking before about waiting a couple of months and then you can get it for like $10 for me at your Target. That was what I said before. I don't think that.
Oh.
But I was
good.
Joking.
But seriously though, if there, other than Halo, if there's any other games that you want to get, because I just really want you to get Halo as soon as you possibly can.
I have 2 games pre-ordered for the fall right now. I'll probably end up getting more, but I've got 2 pre-ordered, and it's just GTA 5, which I think comes out at the beginning of October.
Have they? I didn't think that they had said they might have. Okay.
I think it was.
I'm gonna go check that right now.
Recently.
I'm trying to decide if I still want to get that.
I never got it for the 360 or PS3 because it came out after my PS3 died.
Mm-hmm.
Because I got it for the 360. I still have you in the story for it.
So I'll probably pick it up. Well, I already pre-ordered it, and NHL 15, which is an absolute must-have. I will play. Yeah. Honestly, when that game comes out, you won't see me for like a month minimum.
Like Kyle, when he's doing Halo, you'll be playing NHL.
Yeah.
You'll both come out full beards.
Yeah. And then the hockey season will start up, and we're totally screwed. Yeah. Then it'll be like hockey games, NHL 15, work, a little bit of sleep.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
And then, see, we gotta somehow squeeze Halo into that.
Everybody's gotta get NHL 15. I'm buying it. I'm buying it on the Xbox One so that I'll have the ability to play with you guys when and if you do eventually get it.
Yeah. That one I know will go on sale at Target, so I will eventually get it. But man, there's just so many games I want to pick up before then.
Yeah.
Because I'm not huge into the hockey games, although my brother and his girlfriend are currently playing 2K14, and they are loving it. They are like addicted to that. Pardon me?
Basketball?
Nope, NHL.
Really?
NHL has a 2K?
Yeah,
I mean, I know they used to.
I'm pretty sure. Isn't that the latest? Isn't it NHL
Or is
2K?
it just
A1.
Or is it just NHL 14?
Oh, maybe that's what it is. I'm not sure.
Yeah, because I think 2K bowed out of hockey games like 3 years ago or
EA
something.
bought everything.
Yeah, it might be. Okay, it might be just NHL 14. Sorry, the 2014 edition is what I meant.
So, sorry.
Oh, no, you're good.
So what exclusive on the Xbox are you guys most looking forward to, not including Halo?
Exclusive for this fall? Or like the rest of the year?
Just in general. You know, anything you know of going forward.
Maybe Sunset Overdrive?
I'm
not sure about it.
I want that big Xbox.
Yeah. I know. I'd love to have that. I think the white Xbox would also collect a lot less dust. Is that thing? Holy crap! That in the PS4, man.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Like that works better than having something that is made to pick up dust in your room. Like nuts. Screw vacuuming. Just get like 5 PS4s and put them on the ground. We'll collect everything. Okay, Xbox One exclusives. The Fable Legends game. I'm looking forward to that one.
Yeah.
I got a list here actually.
Yes, I'll let you know which one.
What did you guys? I was gonna say before you mentioned the list. What did you guys think about the Sleeping Dogs announcement? I never played the original one, but it's also being remade on Xbox and PS4.
It
really
seems,
yeah.
It seems to me like a cash grab. Like Square did pretty well with the Tomb Raider Definitive Edition, so I guess they're trying to capitalize on that again. I don't think it's a bad thing necessarily, though. I think a lot of people didn't play it last gen, and I do know a lot of people who did really enjoy it. So I didn't play it. So odds are, if the pricing's okay, I'll pick it up.
I'll probably wait because I haven't picked it up either, and I have wanted to play that, but probably just gonna wait a little bit. Okay, so what's your list there?
These are just a bunch of games that I'd written them down earlier today.
Okay.
Killer Instinct Season 2, or you could just call it Killer Instinct in general, I suppose. Sunset Overdrive, Fable Legends, Forza Horizon 2, Crackdown, D4, Quantum Break, Scalebound, Halo 5, not counting that. Gears of War. I think that basically covers the major ones. I'm sure there's more.
Yeah. I think a game below I really want to get, that might be the indie game.
Mm-hmm.
I really want to get that. I think, okay, so other than the Master Chief Collection, the #1 game that I'm probably looking forward to would be Halo 5. And then it would be
Go figure.
Fable Legends. I really want to. That game looks really fun, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted to get the Xbox One is to play that game because it looks, I don't know, just tons of fun to have 4 people playing co-op against one person that's kind of playing like an RTS type of game against you. Mm-hmm. That's interesting.
They're doing that a lot lately because they got with that, and then the people that made, what was it, Team Fortress, doing that Evolve game that's coming out this year too.
Oh, I can't.
That's much like that. Yeah, that one looks interesting too.
Yeah, I originally was going to get Evolve Day 1, but then I was just like, I'm just gonna. I'm trying to save up money for like collector's editions. Yeah, exactly. That's the other thing too, especially with like Black Friday not long after and Boxing Day, and Target just having their own sales all the time. So I'll just wait for that one for me anyway. But I really want to pick up Evolve. Like these are my pre-orders at the moment. They're all collector's editions. So my next one that I'm getting is Tales of Xillia 2, the collector's edition that's coming out in a few weeks. Yeah, I'm so glad that you're able to do that.
Well, we'll be broke.
Yeah, I know. Next one. This one's probably unexpected for like you two will probably be like confused, but I'm getting the WWE 2K15 edition because it's the Hulk Hogan edition. And Hulk Hogan's the reason why I watched wrestling, and I still watch it from time to time now.
It's not for Sting.
Well, no, Sting. I was like, I kind of want to get it for that, but now that they're coming out with a Hulk Hogan edition, and what it comes with is like it's a picture of Hogan with his signature, and they're also including a piece of the ring when he came back earlier this year. So I mean, I want that piece of floor that he stood on for a few seconds.
I know the game looks really good too. Just from one screenshot I saw.
It looks insane. It looks real. Like if you look at
the veins popping out and everything.
Yeah.
It looks really good.
You can say whatever you like, I suppose, about wrestling, whatever, but
don't you dare say it's fake.
The wrestling. No, I'm not critiquing wrestling in general. I'm just saying people will have their opinions of real wrestling. Those games are fun.
I don't know what it is because it's not like a fighting game, but I don't know. It just works really, really well. And it looks good too.
I absolutely love No Mercy when I play on the N64. Yeah. Me and my brother, we played that for hours upon hours.
Yeah. Another one on the 64 was WCW NWO Revenge. I played a crap ton of that. But yeah, so that's one of the things I'm getting. I just like the collector's edition because it's like, okay, it's a signature plus a bunch of DLC because you get Sting and Hulk Hogan, and you get his like a little chibi figure of Hogan, and then like a piece of the ring. That's a unique collector's edition to me, so that's kind of another reason why I wanted to pick it up. And they're only making 25,000 of them, and apparently it's also out already. So I'm glad I put my pre-order in for that already. The next one after that is the Halo Master Chief Collector's Edition, or the Molinar Edition, which basically comes with like a steelbook of Halo Master Chief and a Master Chief statue. And I'm not sure, but my girlfriend really wants to get a Dragon Age Inquisition, the Collector's Edition, on that one. Mm-hmm. I'm up in the air because that'll be like WWE 2K15 comes out at the end of October. 2 weeks after that, Halo Master Chief Collector's Edition. 2 weeks after that, Dragon Age Inquisition. So it's gonna be like $150, $150. Oh,
yeah. Dragon Age 1 is only like $70, isn't it?
Yeah, Dragon Age, but not the Collector's Edition.
Oh, okay. I'll think of the Deluxe Edition. Never mind.
Yeah, that's kind of what I would like to get is the Deluxe Edition, but my girlfriend's been addicted to Dragon Age Origins for a while now. She just yesterday she played 11 and a half hours yesterday because she was off and I was working. So I love having a gamer girlfriend, because then I can go and have an 11 and a half hour session and it's okay, it's normal. But yeah, so she loves this game, and she wants to get everything completed. She's she's using a guide, and she wants to get all the collector's edition guides as well. She's really into this game, or this series, I should say. So that's why it's maybe I would only have to pay half of it because she would pay the other half, which is nice. So that's a maybe. And then the last one that I have on pre-order is Kingdom Hearts 2.5, because if you pre-order now, you get the free limited edition that came with the first one and Final Fantasy X.
Cool. Whoa. What's your limited edition?
Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
And Final Fantasy X.
So I thought Wait, I'm confused. Yeah, the limited edition one. What did they give you for it? For Kingdom Hearts.
If you pre-order the Kingdom Hearts game, it upgraded to the limited edition automatically.
Okay. Okay, yeah, I got you. Okay.
Hold on.
No, because I pre-ordered it too. Back in June. Because that was another one I just finished. I finished Kingdom Hearts for the first time ever.
Like this thing.
Yeah.
With the.
Okay, yeah. That's the one I have.
Yeah, same thing with Final Fantasy X. They did the same thing with Final Fantasy X. I really like these limited editions. They're cool, and because all you have to do is pre-order them, so it doesn't cost anything extra, and they're really, really nice.
I picked up my Final Fantasy X for the Vita instead.
Did they come out? I didn't think they came out with a limited edition. That would have been cool if they would have, though.
No, I don't think they did a limited edition. But
unfortunately,
I'm quite happy. I wanted it portable, so.
Okay. Yeah,
makes sense.
And apparently, have you played it? Because apparently it's like amazing.
I played it
considering
back when it came out before. I haven't played my Vita version yet. You know.
Oh, okay. It looks really nice.
Oh wait, no,
right?
The PS3 version is really good. At least you can tell it's still like PS2 engine, but what they did remastering it looks really good.
I would think
I kind of like that
similar.
I've heard that the Vita one's apparently really nice, though. I've heard like really good things. I haven't played it myself, but
cool.
Yeah.
So
go ahead.
No,
go ahead. I don't even know what I was gonna say.
Okay. I got. There's 3 things that I want to see this week.
Okay.
At Gamescom.
Okay.
And I'll be very disappointed if I don't get all 3 of them.
Yeah. Oh boy.
One of them I probably won't get, and I'll be angry about it. Quantum Break. I want to see lots about Quantum Break, and we know for sure it's going to be there because Remedy already said it was.
Okay. Well, there you go. At least you're getting that.
Yeah. I want a lot more information on Crackdown, because I think the new Crackdown is easily my most anticipated Xbox One title. Easily.
I almost picked up Crackdown 1 and 2 the other day. They were at GameStop, and I was like, ah!
I wish I had a 360 still, because if you had picked them up, I totally would have dug it out.
Oh, really?
To play the co-op.
Oh, they have co-op on it?
Co-op was really good. At least the first one. I remember playing co-op years ago. It was so good.
Apparently, in the new Crackdown, like, the world is going to be, like, totally destructible. It's going to be fantastic.
Cool.
I've seen a tech demo where they're using the cloud or something to process all of the like buildings falling apart and stuff from the from, like and it's like the frame rate that they're showing the difference between running it local versus using the cloud servers. It's like incredible. Assuming it's valid, anyways.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Just a quick thing. Do we talk about how awesome the new Rainbow Six game looks with the destructible like building?
I want it.
I know.
It's gonna be amazing.
That could be I think I anticipate that game more than Halo 5. Not Master Chief Collection, because that's just freaking amazing. But I think that Rainbow Six, holy crap.
That game is going to be incredible. But the thing is, because if I find the right people, like you guys or something, to play with online or whatever, then I'll do it. But again, it's one of those things where if I'm not going in, and if I don't know the people I'm playing with, I probably won't bother.
I still, that's a hard thing to say because that game, it looks like you really have to talk the entire time.
Yeah.
Another thing, too, I found just quickly, Titanfall, holy crap. When you guys are in your Titans and you're trying to take on another Titan, it works so much better when you're working together and kind of going as a group. Like, that's why I really want to play Titanfall with you guys, because I feel like, Kevin, even if you're not as good, if you're in your Titan and we're with you, we can all take on a Titan. As long as you're aiming at him, we'll kill him. Like, it's all about teamwork in that game to take out the Titans. Anyway,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So like as long as as soon as you get your Titan, we all kind of stick together. Do not go solo. Solo just gets you killed.
Solo is death.
Yeah, it is. It is. But like if three of us were playing and like we're playing with other people as well, we all stick together. Like we could wreck some damage. Like that would work really well.
The only thing I do wish is that I wish actually riding a Titan, but that should be a good thing because it feels like if you just jump on a Titan, you're riding on it, it's just like instant death.
Yeah. Because they'll just like shoot. Yeah. Because they go right for you. They look right at that character and they just go for you because it's an instant
kill. You just axe to die.
Yeah. Yeah. But Rainbow Six, I think that should be a day one buy for all three of us, and we should all play online because that game, I've been waiting. sometime next year. I don't know when. But
I'm gonna be that guy that sets up explosives right beside you.
No, but like I've been waiting for a game where where you actually have to strategize and be like, okay, let's go do this. Let's go do this. I think they're over there. Let's blow up this wall, and then you go in. Like you don't really see that with games nowadays. It's just like everybody just goes and does their own thing and tries to get as many kills as they can. Yeah, exactly. And like that's fun and all, but I like games having a little bit more variety and strategy where you actually have to think and work as a cohesive unit to get the job done. Whoops.
I'd be like, they haven't even entered the house yet. You guys are like fortifying all the windows, and I'm running around blowing through walls.
Very fussy, and they're walking out with the girl already. Like, I got her.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the other thing that you were talking about, Kev.
Yeah. Well, there was a prediction on Ryan McCaffrey's IGN blog for Xbox stuff, and he says that he expects or he predicts that Rare will announce a download-only title and that it will be a Banjo-Kazooie platformer. And if that happens, I will lose it. Like,
why would they make it a download-only? Why? That's my only problem. Why just a download-only? Well, that could be a game that would be retail.
Yeah, I think that would be
like it's gonna end up being like a Banjo-Kazooie HD remake or something.
Man, if they rebuilt it from scratch, I would buy those games all over again at full price.
I can't even imagine what it would be like to have HD games of platformers from back in the day like that. That would be insane. Like,
take the old game with new graphics.
Like, I'm just looking at like even just the PS3 remakes of like Sly Cooper are fantastic, and that's just PS3, and they were working off of a PS2 game, so it was already pretty up there. But can you imagine like Banjo-Kazooie, because it's 64? It would look beautiful. It would just be, I can't even imagine what that would look like. That'd be insane.
Has everybody here played the 64 games?
I've played a little bit of Banjo-Kazooie.
No.
I've played them through and completely beat both of them, and it's like they are, in my opinion, two of the best platformers ever.
Like good, eh?
I really, really enjoy it. And there's a goofy sort of. There's just a silliness that kind of runs through the games. They don't take themselves overly serious.
Yeah.
And I quite like that. So, but they're fun. They're a lot of fun. So if they just took those games and redid it, I'd buy collector's editions. I'd pay $150 a pop for each of them.
Yeah, like that's what I'd like. I'd love to see Rare actually make like a real game instead of Kinect stuff. I get the Kinect, they really want it to do well, and that's fine. And having Rare, I just feel that Rare could do a lot better stuff than working with what they have on Kinect, because they're not really allowing them to do anything amazing yet. There's potential. There is potential on the Kinect. I will admit that. I'm not a strong supporter of Kinect, but I could see that if they just did something that worked well, I'd be like, there we go. That's all we needed. We needed to see a game that would, this is the reason why it's on Kinect, and it works better on Kinect, and it's a full-fledged game, not just a few-hour experience. It's a full, story mode, cutscenes, everything. I want to see the whole shebang. Microsoft just has to do it once.
Yeah. The thing is, too, like, when the 360 launched, like, Rare had just been acquired fairly recently by Microsoft at that point, and they gave them the rope that they needed too, right? So they were like, you know what, make a bunch of games in your franchises, and a couple of them would be launch titles. So we ended up getting. They told them you can make something new as well, right? So we ended up with like Viva Pinata,
Cameo,
Nuts and Bolts, Cameo, and I'm totally forgetting something. Perfect Dark Zero, and they didn't do very well. Like, they weren't bad games. Like, not all of them, anyways. Viva Pinata was well received, but small following.
Yeah.
Cameo, I thought, was actually quite good.
I think it's because the marketing wasn't there. The only game, like even Perfect Dark, which is a big property, you barely heard about it. That's the only game out of those that I had actually heard of before, like because I had actually seen some like a few advertisements, or I don't even. Did they have I just feel like if they had Rare, they should have advertised the crap out of these games.
Like honestly, maybe one of the best reuses of a Rare franchise or IP since they were acquired by Microsoft wasn't even developed by them. Because I think the Killer Instinct one is actually quite good.
Yeah. I still haven't downloaded it. And what games are right now? There's one game that I really wanted to get on either the PS4 or Xbox One. From that they just released as part of like because if you're a part of like their online like PlayStation Plus and Xbox Live. What is it right now? Yes, I need to get that. I need to get that. God damn.
What's this?
If you have Xbox Live, you get Crimson Dragon for free.
Oh, I did download that.
Yeah. So I gotta go do that.
Co-op.
Can't argue with that.
Oh, it's co-op too? How many players?
2 players.
Okay.
But it's co-op.
4 would have been perfect. Okay.
It's free though.
Yeah. We can play that. What game would work for the three of us that we have right now? Because I really want to set it up. I'm off this weekend, and my girlfriend's working evening shifts. I'm just saying I'm available.
I'm available tomorrow.
Okay.
In the evening.
In the evening.
Not Sunday, though.
Okay.
I may have some time. Sunday probably doesn't work that well for me either.
Okay, that's no problem. So, okay, Sundays. Never mind Sunday. Tomorrow, what game would work?
We could play some Mario Kart. That's at least something we all have.
Yeah.
Mario Kart. You all have Watch Dogs, right?
Yeah. Can we play that game together? I thought, like... Oh, let's talk about Watch Dogs just for a second, because...
Because it deserves it.
It does.
I love the game.
Okay, Kevin, I'm going to ask you first, before we get into anything, because I'm going to talk about online. I don't know what I think you haven't played as much online, so I want to go with Kevin first, because you're probably going to talk about, like, the campaign. Then I want to hear you, Jason, and then I'll talk. So, Kev, you go first.
Okay, so, I don't know how far you guys have gone through the campaign, so I won't say, and even for people who haven't played it, I won't say any details about anything.
Okay. Other than the mechanics of the game, if there's something that's really cool about, like, something you can do, I think you can spoil that. Just nothing from the storyline.
I think the thing that I like the most about the game is that, well, I really like, this is going to sound bad, but I actually really like hacking and things like that. It's a cool, I don't do it, obviously, but it's,
yeah.
Not anymore. Not after that whole FBI thing. No, I really like how it's kind of like a Grand Theft Auto game in some senses, because like I get some of the same things that I go to a Grand Theft Auto game for from Watch Dogs, but I also get the ability to really screw with the city as I'm playing, like blow up crap and change spikes, and I find the game can be a little repetitive. But I think most games are to some degree. It's just a matter of how much you choose to see it.
Yeah.
I haven't played much of the multiplayer because I was first day, second day something playing the game, and I was in the middle of a mission, and I got hacked, and I couldn't continue my mission until I found the fucking guy. And I was like, this is bullshit.
Did you get him though?
Yeah, I did the first time, so it was like, okay, whatever. So, but then I thought it was a tutorial the first time that it happened, right? So I was like...
You get a mission, that is.
So...
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Anyways, I did the thing. I caught the guy, whatever.
Yeah.
And then it happened to me again, but it happened at one of the most inopportune moments, and I was like, I can't go forward until I do this. And I was so annoyed by it that I went in and I switched it off completely. I went to the menus and turned it off.
I did the same thing because when I'm playing the campaign, I just want to play the campaign. I don't want to deal with the other stuff. But then other times I will set it aside and I'll be like, I just want to play multiplayer right now, and I'm just constantly invading people. That's all I do. As soon as I invade a person and the game's done, boom, I go on to the next one because I don't necessarily like getting invaded. I don't like having to find the person. I love the hiding part of it. I love controlling part of the city to make it seem as if I could be over there, so they go running over there, and it's slowly getting smaller and smaller for where I can hide, and I have to figure out the biggest thing that I do. I'll get to what I do, but I want to know, if Jason, if you've played online and what you do if for trying to hide for people. Okay, so keep going, Kevin. Sorry.
Oh no, I don't really have much else to say.
Okay.
I think for me, I have the most fun taking down the gang hideouts. But the thing with the gang hideouts, one of the things that bothers me is you kind of have to like stealth your way to like the gang hideout leader. You can't just go in guns blazing, which is kind of the way I'd rather do it.
Yeah.
So that's kind of annoying. I think it would be nice if there was a little more variety to things like the gang hideouts. There's like 30 of them in the game, and they're pretty much the same thing.
I don't like when there's a bunch of people together that as soon as one person knows where you are, they all know where you are. I don't, because that makes you have to force to kind of try to just slow. I don't mind taking on a few people at once, but like everybody knows that you're there. Is this kind of, I don't.
I like to grenade those people.
Yeah. I like to like blow them up because you can hack sometimes something on their body that's electronic and it blows.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. A couple of points during like the single player where they're like having you wander through, and it's like as soon as you get seen, you get sent back to the beginning of it. I absolutely hate those. They're just awful. I'd rather just go in and shoot everybody, which sounds funny coming from somebody who doesn't really play first-person shooters, or third-person or whatever. Oh, I thought you were frozen there for a second. But yeah,
I was.
And he was. He his face too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was it like?
No. I don't know. Anyways, I love the game. I would recommend it to anybody.
Yeah.
But turn off the intrusive hacking because it's so fucking annoying.
Well, yeah, when you're playing campaign and you don't want that because you're just going to constantly keep getting it. So it's go ahead.
No. I was just gonna say I can't gain notoriety points though because I flipped it off. So that's kind of a certain small portion of the game that I can't do.
Yeah.
So.
Just one afternoon or just like for an hour, just allow it to happen and go in places that you think are better. That's one thing I don't like though, is that like as I'm constantly trying to go for games and hacking into people's worlds, they set themselves up so that they're ready. They know that they're going to get invaded, which I'm fine with. I'm fine with like if you're waiting for it instead of playing the campaign. I'd rather you be ready for it, but I don't want them to be going in places that are in like they go to the far edges where it's just like forest and there's nobody else there, and I think that's kind of cheap.
Right.
I don't like that. It's so rewarding when you get them though, because they're like, fuck, like where is he? And it's like, this is supposed to be easy for me, and I'm just like running around in circles and hiding from them, or hiding behind a tree at that point. But it gets your heart pumping when you're playing the hiding game. Holy crap! Ugh. When you're at that last chunk of 75% and the map is like so small and you have to like my girlfriend watches it and she's like, I can't play that game because that's too. My anticipation would just be like just going crazy, or my anxiety would just be going crazy. Like she was getting anxiety from watching me play and being like, "Holy crap, they're coming!" I showed it to my mother and she's freaking out. He's right there, move! And it was just like so much fun.
I was so bad at it when I was trying to do that. I got hacked a couple of times. And
I was too.
But like, have you tried hacking somebody?
No, I haven't done it the other way, but
that's the fun
being
part.
hacked, definitely, I struggled a little bit. I was like, oh man, this is a lot harder than you would think.
Oh yeah, but trust me, try. I'm good at catching them. I rarely ever do it, but now because I played so many of the hiding games, I know what to look for, and at that 75%, it's relatively easier to do it. Anyway, so yeah, It's a freaking awesome game. Jason, have you played online with it?
I played a little bit. I did do some of the chasing ones. Those, I found it a little bit confusing because when I first did it,
Yeah.
I accidentally kept doing the online matches by an accident without realizing I was getting chased by somebody. And sometimes
Are
I
you
would
talking
feel
about
like
the hacking part of it, or is it?
yeah, because sometimes I would be like, oh, I'm hacking somebody, but when I was first playing the game, I didn't realize I was hacking somebody that's actually playing the game.
Oh.
When I first played, now I realize it was a mistake I made because when you hack somebody, you kind of know the little purple icons, like
Yeah.
someone you can hack. I didn't realize that at first when I first playing, and I got really confused. Otherwise, I did hacking stuff. I did free roam. Me and my brother. We did free roam and we did team deathmatch.
How many people can you play in free roam?
I think like 16.
And what do you? What's the?
No,
what do
maybe
you do?
12.
Because I haven't played.
It's basically you're just roaming around, free roam. That's actually the name of it. But
Okay.
you just roam around, do whatever you want. The one thing about free roam I didn't realize though is at first when you're shooting people, it seems like you can't kill people, but there's actually a hidden option where you can turn friendly fire off. I didn't even know that even was an option. So you have to turn friendly fire off before you can actually kill anybody, which is 10 times more fun. And then after doing the free roam, then I did like I think it's like a team deathmatch I did. And I also did like a capture the data or hold on to the data, kind of like what you do in the story when someone's like driving around and you're trying to hack it for somebody. I did that mode. That mode was a lot of fun. And then the team deathmatch was also good as well. But yeah,
when you're
multiplayer. What was that?
When you're hacking, is that what you're talking about? When you have to find somebody, hack them, and then you have to hide in like the circle? Is that what you're talking about?
Something like yeah.
And then like the circle keeps getting smaller, and you have to stay inside the confines of the circle, and you can't let the person find you.
There's that one, and then there's another one where it's kind of like when in Halo, like when you grab the skull, you have to hold on to it to get the most points.
Oh,
and if someone kills you, you grab it, and then you have to escape. And you start getting points. There's a mode like that.
Okay.
That's the team one that I did like as well. But overall, definitely, if you have an Xbox One or anything, get the game. It's really good. Absolutely.
It is. It's
short summary, but yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody actually finish the story?
Not
yet.
I
haven't done Act 5 yet.
I did.
Yeah. What? How long did it take to beat it approximately?
Like 15 hours. It's not that long.
Okay, not too bad. Okay.
The one thing I was a little sad though with the story is that the notoriety doesn't even matter. Like in a way it does, because when you're stealing cars, stuff like that, people won't call the cops on you as much if your bar's more like really good rather than running people over. Okay. But yeah.
Sorry about that.
That's okay. Yeah, as long as you're good or bad, it doesn't really matter. I'll at least say that in the story. So there's no really multiple endings.
So it doesn't matter if I've killed a few people, I've ran over a few people, and I feel bad. Like this isn't GTA.
There's like a few different dialogues mentioned, but otherwise there's really no difference at all.
Okay.
Kill as many people as you want.
Okay. I just try to avoid them, like when I'm driving, and I'm like, I just ran over like 5 people, and I feel guilty because I'm like I try to be nice, and I like the part in the campaign where you can try to, when you find people that are going to commit a crime. It's so like person of interest, and I'll get to that in a second. But
that's what I thought when I started playing it.
But have you also looked at the person of interest, the intro? Then when they're playing the introduction and the music's going, there's a character that looks like the Watchdog character. He has a hat on and he's wearing a scarf and he has a gun and he's shooting. I'm like, did they watch Person of Interest and then create Watchdogs?
They might have.
That's what it seems like. I mean, that's... Hi, Callie.
I was going to say, destroy your collection.
Yeah, no, just funny. You could certainly get the impression that they borrowed some inspiration from the show.
Oh my god! I feel like it's Person of Interest the game.
Yeah, and it's funny.
Go ahead.
it's funny that the producer of Person of Interest, or the writer or whatever, he's like, after the whole NSA listening to phone calls and doing all kinds of stuff, I forget, the Prism scandal or whatever it was.
Yeah.
He was like, it kind of like vindicates his television show. You know, some people would have thought at that point that it was, you know, paranoia and stuff like that, but it's, to a degree, it's happening, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I just found it so awesome that they actually had like a character, like in the theme song with the character that looks exactly like the Watch Dogs character. That, because it reminds me so much of it, and then you actually see a character that looks like the main character from it. I was just blown. So both of you guys really like it. My favorite, I haven't played a lot of the online components other than the hacking part of it, but that is the funnest part. I've played, I don't know how many hours straight of just, like, for the first 2 weeks that I had that game, I would just every night almost go online and play like an hour or two of that, like hide and seek. Basically, you hack the person, and the bubble just slowly gets smaller and smaller, and then later on in the game you can turn off all the lights. So if you're playing a game it's nighttime, it's so much better, because like as soon as you get 75%, you turn off all the lights, so it's a little bit harder, and just, I don't know, it just adds. I'm just like freaking out now. Like the person's getting closer and closer, and you have to find different locations to hide in. You have to. There's actually like a dump truck that you can actually jump into, and like jump into his like the thing that he's carrying, the back of his vehicle, and you're completely hidden, and not everybody online knows that you can actually jump into that. So you just wait there the entire time. But what I normally do is I get a bunch of vehicles together, and I create, like, so that it's just a bunch of cars piled up, and then I'll hide behind one vehicle, and I'll look at the character and see where he's going, and I'll just keep moving around. And even if when you're at 75%, because then your circle's a lot smaller, you just keep moving around. He can't see you unless he goes like jumping over the vehicle almost. But it works really, really well. And you stay hidden, and you just keep watching, and you just keep moving back. As long as you can see where he is. The only time is when you don't see him, and then you don't know where to go, because you're kind of like, if he comes from the side, he'll see you directly, because you're kind of just out there. But God, it's so fun.
When I first started playing, I found the cops a little difficult to shake. You know, because I didn't have like the ways to neutralize them and stuff, right? Which at this point, you know, whenever I'm in a chase, I just kill them all by, you know, crashing them into spikes and lowering bridges and stuff on them. Different stuff. But at first, what I would do when I had a hard time with it is I would drive onto the highway, and then I would get out of my car, jump the shoulder. What are they called? The barrier. And I would stand in between the east and west, or north and south. I would stand in between, and they couldn't find me.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never tried that, and it works.
Yeah, it works. Because even if they get out of their cars, they don't jump the barriers.
Oh, I'm gonna have to try that next time.
So I kept doing that over and over. Until I got to a level where I could actually take them down. Yeah.
I just drive away. I try to drive as fast as I can, like, away, so that they're out of the radar type of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I have a good car for that.
Yeah. Oh, I just steal cars all the time.
Yeah. I started using that, like, buy a car thing where he, like, drops the car off for you. And I started saving up like crap tons of money to get the really nice ones. Mm-hmm. But some of those are ridiculously fast. So I do like that. It's like you get us on a straightaway, and you're just like gone. Cops don't have a chance.
I haven't driven anything crazy. Well, I find that when you're driving really fast, though, it's kind of hard to control your vehicle. That's one of maybe my only complaints, is that it's kind of hard to drive. It's not like a GTA game. And some GTA games are hard to drive too, like Grand Theft Auto 4. There's like extra weight at the front of the car. Anyway, it's not
the driving is a little wonky.
Yeah. The best thing is to have the motorcycle, because I can go anywhere. But man, if you screw up.
I actually, my big thing that I like to do was to get the motorcycle up to like full speed, and then like go back up on a wheelie, and then use my camera to just spin the camera around me as I'm going down the street. And then eventually I would crash into something and I'd go flying across the screen somewhere.
Oh, God.
I found it entertaining.
I will try that.
Did too. So.
I will try that. That sounds pretty fun. But
because you're not even looking where you're going anymore, right? It's just the camera's like spinning around you as you're flying down the street like this.
You're basically creating like a Burnout type of game where it's just like I'm gonna crash and it's gonna be glorious when it happens.
I got to a point where I was just trying to see how far I could throw myself.
Yeah. You guys both got to play more online though. Like the hacking part of it, it's so fun. It's so like if I had a better internet connection, I would be streaming that because it's actually fun just to watch people. Like hiding and trying to escape. It's so I don't know. I before I got the game, I was watching online just Let's Plays of it, and I was just watching that part of it, and that's what got me so wanting it that bad. I bought a bunch of games. And I bought the Xbox One. I was like, you know what? I really want Watch Dogs. So Target was having a sale of $15 off, and I was like, I don't care. I've spent so much money, and I got to go the extra mile just to play this game because it looks so fun just for that multiplayer. Like I've probably watched 3 hours worth of a Let's Play of a guy just playing the hacking part of it, where all he's doing is going to the other games and hacking them. Like I don't know. I'm addicted to it, I think.
Oh, I wanted to share a link. If you look in the chat, I just dropped a little link there. It's something that I've been passing out to like people that I know who have Xbox Ones.
Yeah.
I don't know if either of you guys have been to that site, but it's like the Xbox feedback site.
Okay.
And you can literally post like ideas and stuff that you have to make the console better, and then you can vote on them. And Microsoft actually takes ideas for their monthly updates from it.
Really?
Yeah.
That's freaking awesome.
You can like upvote the stuff that you're interested in, and they'll actually, if you look at it, they'll actually mark things that they're in progress doing.
That's crazy. That's awesome. Oh yeah, I see it now. The in progress stuff. That's pretty freaking awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's really actually I should post it into the
chat.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty freaking awesome.
Oh, actually, I'm not sure if it'll let me. URL.
Am I able to?
No, it allowed me.
Okay.
I'm actually surprised. Maybe because they changed the comment system.
Hopefully.
Yeah. So I think I wanted to show you guys that there's a lot of cool stuff on there. Some people have some really good ideas. There's like a whole section that's like bring back banjo. And I was like, yep, I'm gonna upvote every single one of these. So it's pretty cool.
Enable cross-platform purchase history for games. That's awesome.
Yeah, and there's stuff as simple as like, have a command where you can tell your Xbox to locate your controller and things like that, right? Like there's all kinds of weird stuff that people have come up with, but it's like you start thinking through some of the different things. It's like, oh, those are actually pretty cool ideas. So there's all kinds of different categories.
Okay.
So
that's something that I really like. That I think that basically I wish that they would have kind of like the PlayStation Plus. Every game that's on the PlayStation Plus on PSN, sorry, on the PlayStation 3, I think should be available on the PS4. I really wish that they would do that, and that if you bought it on one, it automatically gets transferred. I think cross-platform, like if you bought a game, like a digital game, it should transfer over to the next. It should be relatively easy because that would make me buy that many more because in a few years, if it's not working out, like one of my systems breaks down, am I ever going to be able to get that game again?
You mean like you think they should transfer actually all the PSN games in full, like port them to the new system?
Oh yeah, every time, or at least the most popular ones. Maybe something like only 10,000 people bought or something. Maybe not those, but like Journey, Resogun, all the big games that like I want to be able to still play that in 10 years time or 20 years time even. You know, there might be a day where like Journey is a game that I could see myself playing every so few years. Same with Flower, and that's something that I don't want to lose. I think for the most part, Sony is going to continue re-releasing those all the time, which is good, but I have to keep buying them each time.
Mm-hmm. That's actually it's kind of not a bad segue into. Have you tried PlayStation Now at all?
No, I've heard of it, and I heard that like the prices are crazy for like the rental of like the hour rental. It's yeah.
They're not final pricing. Like Sony's going to be changing it, but the pricing is pretty wacky. It's like some games, it's like $4 for 4 hours of play. And I'm just like, are you kidding? That's
the ones I found that were most hilarious. Some of them were like a 90-day rental, and it's like full retail price.
Yeah,
might as well just like go out and buy the actual game anyway.
Yeah, exactly. That's so. They have to get their prices right. That's the main thing. Like I don't know how long it should be. Like maybe $1 for $1 for 5 hours at the beginning, and then slowly as you increase the amount of money, then you get more hours. So like instead of just $1 for 5 hours, $2 for 10 hours, $3 for 20 hours, like start increasing the hours as the money goes up type of thing.
Yeah, I also feel like having all of these different pricing structures for different games is dumb.
Yeah.
Like if a game, I can understand having different prices for different platforms possibly, but even then to a point not really, because they're all being served up the exact same way.
Yeah.
Right? There's no difference between serving up a PS1 game versus serving up a PS3 game, aside from maybe it takes a little more resources to stream the PS3 one. So I guess you could charge a little more to stream a PS3 game than a PS1 game or something, but like all PS1 games should cost the same. All PS3 games should cost the same, but instead the prices are all over the map.
Yeah.
So,
Sony
did. Sorry.
I was just gonna say that like no, go with what you were gonna say. I'll get to mine eventually.
Sony did say that they were looking at subscription models, though.
That's smarter. That to me, kind of like a Netflix or like a PlayStation Plus. I think that'd be kind of cool if they incorporated PlayStation Plus.
Yeah.
Because that'd be a huge selling point. If like every month you get one game that you can stream or something.
Yeah, or you get a PlayStation Now subscription for $20 a month or something. Let's just say ballpark, throw whatever out, but it allows you to play unlimited games.
Yes.
And you can buy a subscription to PS3 titles on PlayStation Now or something like that. Right? Like those things make more sense.
I fully agree with that. I think that would be probably the best option is to have those kind of subscriptions available. I think it would be kind of cool if they did try to do it with PlayStation Plus, like just one game that you can only pick one game at the beginning of the month until the end of the month, and if you don't like it, well, that's too bad. But then at the next month, you get to pick any other game as well. So like technically, you get 12 PlayStation Now games per year, along with PlayStation Plus. PlayStation Plus is already an amazing system because PS3, PS4, and Vita, and it gives you 6 games.
Yeah.
There's always at least 1 or 2 games that I want. That's another thing too. Is God, now there's like I have Xbox Live and PlayStation Plus. So now there's like I have all the systems that they have them on. So I'm getting like 10 free games a month, and I'm like I don't even have time to play the games that I physically buy. No. It's if you're a person that like really doesn't want to spend too much money, get like one of these systems and buy online and just like keep downloading that. That can give you games for like hours upon hours. It's nuts.
Yeah, and then once the libraries have built up a little bit too, you know, you just go in and pick up used games from the stores, right? You know.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of opportunity to game for fairly cheap. And actually something like EA Access is actually probably going to help that too, right?
Mm-hmm.
I forgot about that.
Hmm?
I say, yeah, I did read up on that. That's really. I'm surprised Sony declined it though. Like they're not doing it. It's only gonna be on Xbox One.
Sony worries me a little bit. Like I feel like they're falling back into that cocky Sony attitude that they had before. You know, all the shots at the competition and stuff, which is all well and good, I suppose. But like they're doing well right now. But for them to basically say EA's service isn't good enough value for PlayStation gamers, like I'd have to think that that's going to have a ripple effect through their relationship with EA.
I imagine if EA's like, screw you, we're going to Xbox or something.
Yeah, well, they offered it to both of them, right?
Okay.
And then Sony said we don't want it.
I think also the new head over at EA is like a former Microsoft executive or something like that.
Yeah, Peter Moore.
Yeah, Peter Moore.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the head of EA.
That's another reason.
Yeah, so it's like, are you trying to push one of the largest publishers in the industry towards Xbox exclusive? Like, it's gonna have an effect. Like them turning away EA's service, I don't think is gonna do any good for their working relationship. That's not to say that I think they're gonna stop making PS4 games or anything. Like, there's a huge install base. There's gonna be PS4 games from EA. But
the one
a lot of exclusive content and stuff maybe going to the Xbox, I could see that.
The only thing I didn't like about Sony was like when they were talking about the reason why they didn't want it was because they said the people didn't want it. It's an optional service though, so even if the people don't want it, you should still at least have it so that people can actually choose whether or not they should have it or not.
Yeah.
This is gonna sound bad, but I think Sony regarded it as a threat to their game streaming service.
Something like that.
But like, if you're already at the, I don't know.
Like, the pricing is really good. $30 for a year subscription into EA Access.
That's insane. For the amount of the games that are on EA.
Yeah.
Sorry. I was just wondering, who did Plants vs. Zombies? Was it obviously PopCap Games that made the game, but who was it? EA that published it?
Because it is EA.
Yeah. So it kind of gave like
immediately.
Pardon me?
It won't be in the vault immediately.
Oh yeah, I know. I'm just saying that like that means that like EA made a game that was a timed exclusive for the Xbox. It's coming out to PS4 and PS3 now, but it's not out for like I think another week or so, something like that. So I wonder if they're gonna slowly start making more timed exclusives for the Xbox. And I don't know how I feel about that. I like exclusives being exclusive. A timed exclusive helps, but I mean, I like being able to say I have the Nintendo Wii U, which all these games that I have on it, and I have like 15 games on the Wii U now, which is ridiculous. And they're almost all exclusives.
Yeah.
One game that's not. Whereas,
how many are Nintendo though?
More than half. Which ones are not? Yeah, jeez. Fuck no.
But yeah, like
Tank.
Isn't that Nintendo published?
I don't.
Bird.
It just says Namco, and it doesn't show Nintendo anywhere.
Namco. Okay.
Yeah.
It's Nintendo exclusive.
Zombie U is another one.
That's Ubisoft.
Yeah, so that's two games that I have that are not other than like I have two multi-platforms. I have Rayman Legends and Sonic Racing.
Yeah. Let's be fair though. 99.9% of the time, if it's a multi-platform, the Nintendo version's not the one worth owning.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's Xbox One is. Xbox One is going to be like my go-to. PS4 would be there too, but I enjoy the controller more.
I love the controller.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
I don't. I just want to talk about that for a second. The PlayStation 4 controller I liked at the beginning, but now that I've played more games on it, like I played a lot more Killzone Online, and I find that I don't know, I prefer the PlayStation 3 or PlayStation 1, 2, 3 controller more. I don't know, the analogs just aren't working for me as well on the first-person shooters on the PlayStation 4.
I don't play a lot of shooters, so I can't say I would have noticed. I've really pretty much only played Lego Marvel.
Yeah. Do you think you would have preferred the PlayStation 3 controller over the PS4 controller for that? Because I'm thinking I would. Now that it's been a while that I've had the system and had the controller, I prefer the PS3.
It's hard for me to gauge. Like, the only thing that I ever found I didn't like the control of was the flying in Lego Marvel, and I think that was the game more than the controller.
Probably, yeah.
The flying in that game is retarded.
Yeah.
It's not good.
Yeah,
it's not well done.
I agree with you there.
But that's like my one complaint with that game. I thought the flying was just terrible.
Me, it was
unintuitive.
Yeah. For me, it was the when you play split screen, and I didn't know that there was an option where you can make it just the same the entire time, because it kind of like goes all wonky, and I'm like That was my only complaint before, but you can apparently change that and just have it stay as a line the entire time.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the way I play. It's much, much better. Yeah, that whole weird dynamic thing, I was like, whoa, this is giving me like a headache.
Yeah, it's kind of cool once in a while, but like sometimes it just starts going like crazy, and you're like,
Well, the problem is if you have a flying character and a walking character, you get totally screwed up. So did you read all the details then about the EA Access stuff? Because I feel like what they're giving you for the price is actually really good.
Not fully, like not everything, but that's for $30 for a year, no matter what the service is, unless it's like complete crap. That's pretty freaking awesome.
Like, it's not likely to be the newest iterations of their games, but they said the games that go in there are not going to be removed, so it's going to be a constantly growing group of games.
And they have a lot of games in their library, like the EA.
Yeah.
Who can compete with EA in terms of games?
Ubisoft.
Yeah.
Ubisoft might be the only one.
Yeah. I really think that,
Yeah.
EA is old, too. Like, how old is Ubisoft? They're not that up there. I don't know how far they're going to go back with EA games. Like, I don't know if they're going to go back to, like, PlayStation 1 era type games.
Well, that's the thing. I don't know if they're going backwards into previous gen, or if it's just going to be all the Xbox One games that are going to be available from this point forward.
Yeah.
I think that might be the way it goes, because the whole idea is that it's going to be like you get your subscription and you can download the full versions of those games from the vault. So you're still downloading the full game, obviously. It's not like a stream service like PlayStation Now, for example. But I thought one of the things that I thought got glossed over in everything was the 5-day early access to their new games. So like NHL 15, Dragon Age, Inquisition, all these other things. You can download those games full version 5 days ahead of release.
That's pretty cool.
Free of charge. Kind of like a trial, but full version. And then if you like it, after the 5 days, you can buy the game for a 10% discount, and your save progress transfers over.
Oh, that's pretty damn enticing, man. That's...
Yeah. And I was like, that's really a good idea.
Can you, just for me, I'm going to want a physical copy. So let's say if I have this service and I use it to play like other games that I don't have the physical copies for. Anyway, like let's say if Dragon Age Inquisition, I buy the collector's edition, the physical format of it. Like let's say if I have the 5 days trial, do you think the transfer of that character would still go over, or do you need to buy the game?
It'll go over.
It's going to be a save file. Yeah.
That's pretty freaking cool. Getting a game 5 days early before everyone else, that's pretty freaking awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you can accomplish a lot in 5 days. That's pretty
for
cool.
sure. And they've said already that, yeah, Dragon Age, NHL 15, FIFA 15, Madden, whatever it is, and I think there was one other game, are all set to be the first round of games that'll do this.
Yeah, I think it's mainly their sport titles in Dragon Age right now. But yeah,
Battlefield will probably do it too.
that's true.
That's pretty freaking cool.
Yeah. So I was like, for $30, like, just even like right now, there's only 4 games or something in the beta.
Yeah.
Or going to be in the beta. Sorry?
Which games can you download for, like...
For free?
Yeah.
Battlefield 4.
Really?
FIFA 14. Madden 25.
Okay.
NBA Live.
Into like Peggle 2.
Peggle 2, I think, is in there.
Yeah. That's pretty... That's almost... That's worth it. Like, honestly, that's crazy. I was thinking, I don't know.
That's just an initial offer. So
yeah.
They're going to add to it.
Yeah.
So the service, like 2-3 years from now, assuming everything continues running and they keep it, should actually be worth quite a bit.
I'm really surprised Sony said fuck that. Fuck no to that. That's pretty...
I don't know.
Why did they do that?
It sounds to me like that's why I say I think it was them feeling like their online services were being threatened by having another publisher come in with something similar.
What do you think is going to take? What do you think it's going to take for the Xbox to catch up to the PS4? Do you think it's possible? Like, we've talked about the Wii U tons of times, and we've beaten that topic down to death. But Xbox One has a chance, you know.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? Well, I think Halo is going to be one of the biggest things. It's always been their system seller.
Yeah.
And really, in the first year since it launched, until pretty much it's like Xbox One launched, a year later, finally Halo will show up after a year of it being out. And in this year, Titanfall, but it's a new property. Like, there hasn't been really anything like a system seller that's really big. Like, there's no Gears, there's no Halo, there's no anything really big. There's Titanfall, but that's a new property that's risky. It did really well, but it's something new, right? It's not like, you know, Wii U has, you know, Mario, Zelda. They have tons of things that they can throw at you. Sony has a bunch of things, although Sony really hasn't had their big system sellers out yet. Infamous is pretty big, but it's still not really up there. Like Uncharted, Little Big Planet.
Little Big Planet's the next big one, I would say.
Yeah.
For them.
I think 2015, 2016 is probably going to be the years for Xbox and Sony. Well, PS4 at least, probably.
Yeah.
I agree.
And then right now it's going to be Wii U for this year and probably next year too. Starting now, I think Wii U is going to start getting like really, really good games. Took them a while, but
yeah. They have good games. It's just the problem. Nobody's buying them, or the system. Nobody's buying the system. That's the problem.
I really feel like Nintendo should, and it's easy for us to say because we're not the ones, you know, looking at all the actual numbers and stuff, but I still do feel like they would be much better served just being a little bit less, you know, still being just that another notch below what the other two systems are selling for. Because I think more so than ever, this is just a console that parents are going to pick up for their kids, sort of thing. We all have one, you know, we bought them, but we're not, you know, the everyday gamer sort of thing.
Yeah, no, we're much more into games than most people are, I'd say, or at least buying games.
Yeah, screw playing them.
Just having to be like that.
Look at this. That's the only reason why I buy games, is so I can have it in the background of my
just YouTube to have a game room.
Yeah, pretty much. Which I still need to do a room tour of, but I'm doing that this weekend anyway.
Yeah.
Finally.
Cool. Hey, did you guys hear? I don't think I actually answered your question about the Xbox there.
Yeah.
Maybe I won't ask one. I won't ask mine.
Ask a question and we'll go, and then we'll talk about the Xbox, and then I've got to go.
Okay.
I actually gotta eat.
Did you guys hear something about there was code or commenting or something uncovered that seems to indicate Valve might be working on an Xbox One exclusive?
No, I have not.
There's people suggesting that it might be Left 4 Dead 3.
Oh my god!
Speculation, but I was reading stuff about it earlier today.
I would die if that happened. But I've heard that some of the people that worked on Left 4 Dead, the series, are also working on Evolve. So apparently Evolve is very much like Left 4 Dead as well. So I'm like, I really want to get that game. It's just I have to wait until it drops.
It'll be interesting. Like there were people saying that, oh, maybe it's like an Xbox One app for streaming Steam games, because that's like a big thing now, streaming Steam.
Yeah.
That's one of the things that Valve's been working on. I suppose that's possible. I don't know why Microsoft would allow it. There's no benefit really.
Yeah. You know what I would like to really see is to have Microsoft and Sony and Nintendo all make the games that they had previously. Like anything that digital download on the Wii, the Xbox 360, the PlayStation 3, all of that being brought over to the PS4, being brought over to the Xbox One, being brought over to the Wii U, kind of like Steam, and then having Steam-like sales. So have all your older games, but have humble bundles of like 10 games for like crazy cheap. Because like you can make money from them, sure, by remaking them every time for the system, but like just have just Steam does amazing because of that, and people really like it for that. So people might start buying more of your system if you have like these crazy sales every once in a while, and you have the titles. Like you've made your money from you've made your money from Super Mario Bros. 3. You've made it 10,000 times over. So
yeah,
just try to be nice to the public and have it for a really low price. Have it at a normal, regular, I don't know, $5 or whatever they normally have it at. But every once in a while, like every year or something, have like this crazy Nintendo sale.
Yeah,
like Steam does.
I think there was a chance. There still is a chance that you could see that in some fashion across the consoles. I think the PlayStation Now makes it less likely that we'll ever see that on PlayStation.
Yeah.
Now they can charge you stupid rental prices.
So fucking stupid. I will go out and buy the physical damn copy and pay $60, but I will do it just so I don't have to pay 90 days for, Final Fantasy IX or something.
Yeah, and it's part of the reason, I just subscriptions have to make a lot more sense than what obviously PlayStation is looking at. Like the EA thing, for example, like that first initial set of games doesn't really do much for me. Peggle 2 is kind of cool, but the sports ones, the only one I'm interested in. Oh shit. Okay. The only one I'm really interested in is NHL, which I'm going to buy the new one this year. So whatever.
Yeah.
And Battlefield does nothing for me, but I'm going to buy the service as soon as it becomes available because I want to support that. Like I want them to know like $30 for a year, access to all your games in the vault. I want that to be something you guys continue with, right?
The 5-day early access is huge to me. That is just, that's freaking awesome.
Now, obviously, the discount is only good if you buy digital, but
yes,
like,
and I'm fine with that
stuff too.
That's fine, but being able to play the game 5 days early and having that transfer, that's fine with me. I won't buy it digitally, but I'll do the 5-day early and start playing the game. If they had that for Master Chief Collection, it's not. I wish it was now. An EA property.
Yeah,
I would buy that right as soon as it was available if that was the case. Oh God, 5 days early. God, things I could do with those 5 days.
I'll be doing that with NHL. You know what? when NHL 15 comes out, if you have the EA service at that point, then then you should play it for free for like 5 days.
Give me a second. Alright, I'm good.
You really made Jason laugh there, Kev.
Apparently.
I'm good. Continue.
I'm tempted to do that. Another thing too is that kind of helps me to eventually buy NHL, not day one, but if my brother gets an Xbox One, which he really wants to because of the Master Chief Collection, because like he's not as into Halo as I am, but he's close. Like I'm just like crazy, this huge Halo fan, and my brother's just like an inch away from me. So he wants to get this system just for that. But if he gets it, he's also gonna get like a few Call of Duties on it and NHL because, like I said, him and his girlfriend are playing it like ridiculously amounts of hours, and so he'll get it, which means that would probably make me want to get it that much more.
Yes.
Yeah. So
That's what I want to do here.
Yeah, I will get it. You just probably have to wait a little bit. It might not be until 2015 because there's so many other games, but
by that point you might find it'll be in the vault anyways.
That's true too. Yeah.
That's true.
And I don't mind playing sports games in a service like that. Like I don't have to have necessarily the physical copy. Well, I would mind having NHL 2K for 2015.
Like I think worst case scenario.
Yeah.
Not worst case scenario, but I think likely, sport games, because they do turn over every year.
Yeah.
I can't see any reason why, when a new one comes out, why the previous year wouldn't be pretty much immediately in the vault.
That would be cool. That's actually really good because like as soon as the new game is released, you try to sell that game and it's like you can get like $1 for it.
Yeah, and then like I would go out and get NHL 16. Because I'll want the new version. Yeah. But then if you're going to play or something like that, I can just flip back to 15 and play against you, which you got in the EA thing, right? So it's
exactly. Yeah.
But now I probably just sold you on not buying NHL 15. So
if I can get it for $10, like at a Target deal, or even maybe $20, depending on when it is in the year, I would definitely consider it. Like even if my brother doesn't have it at that point, I still kind of want to. Every generation I want to play like a sports game that I played before. I'm even wanting to kind of pick up like a FIFA game and a Madden game as well.
I heard FIFA 14 was really good.
Yeah, me too. So I'm kind of.
It'll be on the vault too.
Yeah, that's in
the vault. It will be from day one.
Yep.
At least I could try it, and then if I really like it later on, that was another game that was on sale. Was FIFA, and I almost picked it up, but I didn't.
And I played NBA 2K14 for the PS4.
Yeah.
And as good as that game is, I am so terrible at it that I had to trade it. Like those games have gotten so complicated in like the 10 years or something since I played one.
Yeah, I'm gonna be. Oh God, Kevin. You know how you say you are with like first-person shooters? That's gonna be me when you're playing against me in NHL. It's gonna be bad.
Yes, someone I can beat. Fair
share. Co-op.
Yeah, is there co-op?
Absolutely.
Online? Because my brother and his girlfriend play together, but is that possible online?
They'll have the online sports league thing. If we could get a couple more people or something, that would be something we could do.
Is it like 5-on-5 or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Jason?
6 if you include the goalie.
Okay, yeah. Well, Jason, you get it, and then my brother and his girlfriend, there you go, we got 5.
Sweet. Your brother should get the Sunset Overdrive white Xbox One.
He would probably wait until they had like the Halo. I assume they're gonna make a Halo one.
There'll be a bundle, I'm sure.
Yeah. I can't see them not doing it. Like if they're Sunset Overdrive is pretty cool. That's pretty cool that they're doing that. But like Halo is the system seller here, and if you make a Halo Xbox, yeah.
I really like the white Xbox One. I think it's awesome. I kind of wish I had one.
Me too. I should have waited a little bit longer. Well, no, because I really enjoyed my time with the Xbox One so far, so I can't say that.
But they don't have a white. They don't have a white Kinect either. So I actually quite like having the Kinect.
So it's like you have a white Xbox One with a black Kinect.
Well, that's the thing, right? Like it doesn't come with.
Oh, okay. I didn't know it was
one with Sunset Overdrive.
Okay.
So I actually quite like having the Kinect. So at some point or another, I'll do the Twitch streaming or something with the camera and everything as well. But I haven't done it at this point.
If I had better internet, I'd be a little bit more tempted because I could do that. But my internet here just sucks. I don't know why my internet's just like crap. I tried streaming Plants vs Zombies, and it was just like ugh, my brother's like, yeah, it's not watchable. Like he would say like 10 seconds would be, and then 10 seconds wouldn't be. So it's
That's unfortunate.
I was gonna say if we play our games tomorrow, I can always stream it.
Yeah, that's the one good thing is that like when Halo comes out, honestly, if we want to, Kev, like if you get the game, I would love to play like the three of us on like the first weekend that it's out or something. If you get it that early, and it's just I will promote on my channel. Like I'll actually do a video and say we're streaming over on your channel, Jason, and just play for it because that would be so much fun. Not only because we'd be all together playing the game and playing a game together, but we'd also have like an audience watching us too play.
An audience watching me fail.
There's a member that just died. That's probably Kevin.
Frag myself.
You're gonna have the sticky grenade and you're gonna throw it in the air and it comes and falls on you and you're gonna run around.
God, it bounces off a wall and comes back at me.
Yeah, that's gonna. Oh God.
Honestly, I've died that way before.
I'm sure we all have.
Yeah.
One way or another.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. I've had some pretty bad deaths in the thousands of games of Halo that I've played before. I've played more than 1,000 matches in Halo 2.
That's insane.
Yep. About average 10 minutes each. Sometimes longer in the big team battle. Oh, yeah. Well, I can play Halo like no problem now. It's a fun game.
This live stream is like by far the least amount of Nintendo talk we've ever had.
I know, it's kind of nice, but I found that other things too.
So we're all getting Smash Bros, right?
I am eventually, but not on day one. Oh, but that's another thing too. Super Smash Bros. For the Wii U is coming with a GameCube Wii U controller. That to me makes it more tempting. And if it comes with a box, like a limited edition, I will get that. I will have to get that.
I think that is their limited edition though. Isn't it like an extra like $30 or $20 for it?
It is. Yeah, it's an extra $40, so it's a little bit heavier. Yeah. But I mean, if it comes with it, if it's just a controller, and I could buy the controller later on, and there's not like an extra different, like if it's something like this, if there's an extra packaging box, I will get it. But if it's just like the game and like the controller by itself, kind of like together, I don't care.
It'll probably be like the Wii Party U one.
Yeah, if it's like that, I'm gonna get it.
It'll probably be something like that.
I'm hoping.
Zelda's coming out soon, right?
2015, I think.
No, it's not soon enough.
And if it's gonna work, it's like coming out. Yeah.
Very soon.
Yeah. I'm just. Hero Warriors is going to be a next year thing at best.
You have NHL 15 to worry about.
Yeah.
And Halo. Yeah, seriously. Kevin,
Little Big Planet's going to get
and Bravely Default.
Oh, yeah.
I had a pre-order on it at one point, but then I canceled it because it was part of that Best Buy thing that I had.
Yeah.
And I had all these games pre-ordered, and I'm like, I'm not going to be able to fucking play all these. So I canceled them, and I've gone back and pre-ordered a couple of ones in particular. I had like 9 games pre-ordered. I'm like, this is stupid.
I'm thinking of doing that next year for just like Nintendo and 3DS games, because those games rarely ever go on sale. Target is finally starting to put them on sale, but those games usually don't. So, and they normally don't have limited editions. So I think that's what I'm going to do next year. At least 3.
Target never. At least our Target, we never sell limited editions, really. Unless it's like Call of Duty.
Yeah.
And really it.
Mm-hmm. But like I was just saying in general, like Nintendo doesn't really get collector's editions, especially 3DS games other than RPGs. And yeah.
Unless it's like Zelda.
Yeah.
Nintendo should just stick to Zelda games. Everything else. I don't have any time for that. Like they should have like 5 teams or whatever, and then like all of them should be working on new Zelda projects, so that when one finishes, there's almost another one ready within a couple of months.
Oh gosh, no! What they should do is they should continue doing the campaign Zeldas, but in between, they should have Zelda Online. So there's no campaign component. That way, every so few years, we still get like the solo campaign,
like
the epic storylines. Yes, but like I want it to be 3D environment. I want it to look like Skyward Sword with everybody working together to
Well, you have Nintendo Land.
Yeah, and Nintendo Land was pretty freaking awesome.
Yeah.
It's pretty good, but I want online.
I know what you mean.
Multiplayer.
Yeah. I'm so eager to find out what exactly they're doing with this open world Zelda.
Yeah.
I hope that they're doing some of the things that people are speculating, but there's nothing necessarily to support the people are speculating. So it's like, who knows, right?
We know at least that it's kind of open world, not fully, but kind of, more so than any other one was before. And apparently it's just like a link between worlds where you can take on any quest that you want.
Mm-hmm.
So that's pretty freaking awesome.
Yeah, that's
whether they include anything else like online or something, because I've heard rumors of that. I think that
they teased pretty hard that there'd be some form of multiplayer. I'm not sure if they mean multiplayer, or if they mean like online cooperative multiplayer, or
cooperative. I think would be awesome. I honestly think that like if I would prefer it being a game on its own that's just strictly Zelda multiplayer, but like having the three of us going around in Hyrule and just like wrecking shit up and going into dungeons where you need 3 people to go into and work together, that'd be pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it'd be fun. It'd be really fun.
That'd be the day.
Yep. Yeah. All right. Well, I'm like slowly falling asleep a little bit, so I'm like yawning a little bit. So I think this is a good time for me to end the live stream. I don't know about you guys, but
yeah, I've been up for a while, so
I gotta work for 5 hours.
Oh God, Jason. It's either you or Kevin that always like, I work in a few hours from now, like while I go to bed, and I'm always the one that says, I'm tired. I don't work tomorrow morning or anything. I'm just tired, and I'm the one that says, okay, it's enough, guys. We played enough.
I got up at 3:30 this morning.
You're almost like at 24 hours right now.
I went to bed at 3:30 last night. Well, this morning.
Oh God.
So this is like going to bed early.
Yeah. 2 hours early.
Oh my God.
I only have to get up in 5 hours.
Oh, you guys are strange. Thank God. I'm sorry.
Apparently we don't
kept
you to sleep that high.
Yeah, apparently not. I'm the only one that does. I need like 8 hours a day all the time.
I never get 8 hours.
Food, really. When I wake up.
Wow.
Like, sometimes I'll wake up and I'll just be in a state where I could just, like, I'm wide awake. Or other times I'll just wake up and I'll just be exhausted. I go to work and the days that last like forever.
Yeah, I hate those days. See that, and I'm
gonna be wide awake though. I know I will.
Okay.
Hopefully.
I'm glad. Yeah, I hope for you too, because that kind of sucks.
Plenty of caffeine.
Yeah. Caffeine helps so much. I used to think it didn't. Like I didn't think it affected me, but then I started having a lot more morning shifts, and it's oh man, does it ever like help?
Oh yeah.
I got my friends give me a hard time because it's like I'm always up ridiculously early in the morning, but I don't drink coffee or tea or anything like that. I just get up and.
How do you function? What time do you go to bed? Like when we don't do a live stream?
What's
time?
11:30.
Okay, and what time do you normally wake up? Like I know 3:30 I think is a little bit extreme for even you.
Yeah, usually around 4, quarter after 4.
And you go to bed at 11:30. I work at 8:15, and I will go to bed at 11. 11:30, maybe midnight.
Hey, I don't know. You get used to it.
And so I'm working at 8:15, right? I have to be in at work at 8:15. I'm probably waking up like half an hour before that because I'm 3 minutes from work. So like I'm I'm waking up at like 7:45, 7:40, and I'm going to bed at like midnight at the latest.
I work an hour from where I live, but I still get up at 4. I just go in for more like 5, right? But if I don't I don't even eat breakfast.
I can't eat in the morning either, though. My stomach is just like, screw that. I need a few hours of being awake, and then I'm really hungry, but it takes a few hours. So you like that too?
Yeah, I'm the same. If I try and eat right after I get up in the morning, I won't feel well.
Yeah.
Hey, your oatmeal.
Not for when you wake up.
Your milk.
I can have watermelon. Watermelon's the only thing that I can have in the morning, or like berries, like just a little bit of fruit.
Probably try berries. That wouldn't be that bad.
Yeah.
Kool-Aid.
Then a little bit too sugary.
My big thing though is when I get up in the morning, I have to. It's like beeline to the shower. I have to have a shower. If I don't, I know a lot of people who shower before they go to sleep. It kind of to me defeats the purpose.
Yeah.
A little bit. Like sweat.
Yeah, but I like sometimes the night showers, like a really nice hot, because it's like instead of having a hot bath, I like because I don't really like bath. I haven't have been in a bath. I don't know how long, but showers. Like I can have a night shower, and it'll kind of ease me into the mood of going to bed sometimes. If I know I don't wake up the next day, because it just relaxes me. But I need in the morning, even if I'm not going to work, I need to, as soon as I wake up, take a shower to wake me up.
I'm a zombie without it.
Yeah. But I don't know, I don't feel, not necessarily fresh, but like kind of.
The shower's pretty much like your coffee.
Yeah.
Wake up, you go to the shower, you just feel refreshed and waking up.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I need to like get rid of this sleep that's still on my body.
Yeah. For me, like evening showers, like almost completely defeat the purpose. Because to me, like a shower, I use the shower to help wake me up.
Yeah.
So if I get in the shower like right before I'm about to go to bed, I'm like alert right after I get out.
Well, if I take an evening shower, I've already taken a shower earlier in the day to like clean myself and everything. So an evening shower, I'm actually just going in to be with like the hot water. Like I'm not actually washing myself again and like doing everything. Like that kind of helps me wake up, like by doing all of that, because I'm moving around and I don't know. But when I'm just going at night, I'm there to like enjoy like the warmth of it.
Right. Yeah. Right.
But I do see what you mean. Yeah, because like it's part of my ritual to wake up, and here I am doing it. But I do it like an hour or two before I'm actually going to bed. Like I take a shower at night, and then I go in and I watch Netflix like in like my blankets. It's more so like in the winter that I do it.
I do know people though who literally like go in, right before they're gonna go to bed, have a shower, wash their hair and everything like that, and then just go in, and then they're like, head hits the pillow and they're out, and I'm just like, how the fuck do you do that?
I know. And then they'll wake up and they won't take another. Like I need to take a shower in the morning. They don't. They take it the night before, and you're still getting clean and whatever. Yeah. Well, but they say that they feel clean, and okay, fine, I'll accept that, but it's just
the day. I'm gonna close out with a 10-minute session on
shower
hygiene. Proper way to eat in the morning.
What kind of toothpaste you guys use? Deodorant?
Old Spice on my teeth.
Oh God.
Don't prefer the Axe.
I can't wear cologne at work. It's scent free.
I can't either.
Yeah, it sucks.
I have body spray or deodorant. That's really all I do.
Yeah, I have deodorant. I can't do the body. If I use body spray, somebody's gonna complain. And I have to go home and shower. And maybe I should do that just to get off work for a while.
That's not a bad
thing. Halo comes out, just spray yourself. Spray.
I won't leave it up to chance for that. I am taking those days off. Like I already like in October 1st. I'm going
the day after your even the day after your vacation. It's the day you go back. Just lay yourself with body spray.
Oh man, I don't know exactly which day. I'm taking Tuesday off because I want to be there for the midnight launch and obviously the first day. to play it. I don't know what I'm gonna do if I'm gonna go home and just try to pull an all-nighter and just keep playing the game, or what. But it should be interesting. It's gonna be fun.
I do want to play the first one. I've never played the first one.
It's pretty good. From what I remember, because it's been a while since I played the first one, it's one of the best campaigns. Halo 4 is up there too, though. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, I played Halo 4. I played
No.
2, I think I played. I don't remember that well.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely played 3 and 4.
Okay. Well, but multiplayer, those games are so much more fun. Multiplayer, like co-op, like when you have a bunch of people just working together. Oh, it's so much fun. Like I think you'll really enjoy it, Kevin.
Cool.
Cool beans.
What did you say?
Cool beans.
Cool beans.
No.
Oh, cool beans. Cool.
Yeah, cool beans. No.
Okay.
No one gets that.
I don't know what I heard. I heard it's like coal. I don't know. It wasn't an actual word. Yeah. It wasn't a. It wasn't a word. It was like I don't know.
Wild.
I was considering.
No, go ahead.
No, wrap up. That's good.
No. What were you gonna say? What were you gonna say? Just before you go, just say it.
It was totally random, and it really doesn't. It doesn't matter.
I need to know
Say
now.
it.
My curiosity's like peaking.
We can talk after.
Fine. All right. This is how I'm ending the video. It's showing Callie sleeping. Hi, Callie. Oh, did I wake you? Oh, look at those eyes. She's like, you bastard.
I'm gonna smack you.
Come here, Callie. Wake up for the people. Oh, you're so tired. Wake up. Wake up. Lazy cat. All right. So let's end the live stream. Okay, I'll talk to you guys post live stream. But for like 5 minutes, because then I gotta go. Yeah, and you gotta go to bed too.
Seriously.
I'm just getting started.
Oh God.
Really?
All right. Good night, everybody. Thank you for watching. Thank you for getting me to 1,000 subscribers. That's awesome.
How did we not mention that until now?
I mentioned it beforehand.
Yeah. And that's kind of the reason why we're doing it. But it's been a while since we did a live stream. It's been too long.
Yeah, we do another 3 months from now.
Wasn't quite 12 hours, but
by December, we'll probably have another one up.
It's close enough. I think we're at we're definitely at like 2.5 hours. So that's.
I think we're almost 3.
Oh, okay. That's
We
good.
started around 11, I think, right?
Yeah.
Was it 11? Oh, I thought it was like
A little bit earlier, but I don't know exactly.
whatever.
Anyway,
Yeah.
keep talking. We do 11. Well, 3 hours. I mean,
Yeah.
It's 11
That's
hours.
true. Oh God. Well, okay, we're good. All right. Bye, everyone.
There we go. All right, bye.
Bye.